Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show. And I wish I was a fisherman, tumbling on the seas, far away from dry land and its bitter memories. Well, welcome to the show. I've just been listening to the Water Boys. That was, of course, Fisherman's Blues. I highly recommend that you check out the Water Boys if you haven't already. Perhaps you weren't alive back in the 80s. Perhaps you're just not from Scotland, hey, and you don't know that band. But I tell you what, you should check out the Water Boys. And if you're looking for a song about crypto, then I have a simple tip for you. In fact, I'll do you a favor. Alexa, hey Google, play The Whole of the Moon by the Water Boys. Ha! Sorry, just had to jump up there and tell my one to stop because, you know, I mean... I'd get some problems from YouTube if I let that play. But if you're listening to that right now as a result of me hacking your Google or Alexa from afar, then good one. I hope you enjoy it. It's a cracking tune. And what are we doing today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, of course, welcome to the Rocky Outcrop Show, where we have fantastic, enjoyable, entertaining times in the world of cryptocurrency. And in this episode, we are going to be unboxing some vegan cheese. That's right, the thumbnail was not a lie. I will be unboxing some vegan cheese. There it is up behind us right now. I have it right here, ready to go. In fact, I'll need to grab a knife and a plate for that one. It's going to be exciting stuff. Now, if you want me to hurry up and get around to doing some technical analysis, feel free to stick some comments in the chat there, along with a super chat or a donation via the links in the description down below, and I will always go back to it. So people are always welcome to suggest. Of course, I am your humble servant. So if you want me to do that anytime, you can stick that in there. But for the benefit of the likes of K-Doc's wonderful woman in his life, his fantastic muse Maria, and all of your familiars around you who may be exposed to your need to watch cryptocurrency stuff on YouTube, well, we are going to be focusing more on the entertainment aspect and, of course, communicating with you in the chat box. You know what? We're getting to the point where the channel could grow fairly quickly, I suppose, and there maybe will come a time when I can't read the comments quick enough and whatever else. So how about I do a bit more of that in today's show, and we will be unboxing that cheese. I will tell you from my expert vegan cheese opinions what this one comes in like. Now, you will be noticing a couple of things about this vegan cheese if you are familiar, of course, with vegan cheeses, and this one is very cheap in well, not very cheap, you know, but it's much cheaper than the other major brands out there. That's nice. That's a good start. Well done, Lidl, coming in there with that one as ever. Now, you never know with the likes of Lidl. Sometimes their products can be the very worst, and sometimes their products can be surprisingly excellent, in fact. So I'm hoping for good things from this particular vegan cheese. It's made by a company called Vimondo. I don't know Vimondo, and I wonder, with the way the packaging looks, if it's actually from within the same factory as Violife. Whoa, there we go. That's a bit of a spoiler for anybody who is familiar with vegan cheese. All right, Scott, good to see you there, my friend. By the way, for everybody, please give Scott Jones a warm Rocky Outcrop welcome. He is an absolutely wonderful gentleman, a great friend of mine from the real world as the sirens outside go mad. There's a wonderful Edinburgh City Centre welcome for you, Scotty boy. I hope you're doing really well out there, everybody, and yes, give him a warm welcome there to everybody. Artie Pyle says the phrase vegan cheese gives me gas. Well, I tell you what, there's some benefits to eating vegan cheese. One of which is that it's made from coconut oil and all the rest of it, and it's better for you. So there's that. So if it gives you the gas, maybe it's that Irishy word for gas. You know, it just gives you some good crack. By the way, for everybody who is looking for another tune to listen to, if your Waterboy's The Whole of the Moon just finished on the old Google or Alexa device in your living room, why not ask it to play The Fisherman's Blues by the Waterboys and enjoy a fantastic piece of music, which is really, 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 really wonderful stuff. So if you enjoy it, get on there and try it out. So anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I hope you're all doing very, very well. I will grab my knife, and this is a real unboxing show, by the way. If you're wondering, would we be doing... am I for real? Is this for real? Is this just one of Rocky Outcrop's jokes? No, actually, what this is an actual unboxing episode. That's what we're doing. It's unboxing some vegan cheese. I'm not taking the piss here at all in any way, other than in every way possible to do so. And we will actually be doing the unboxing the vegan cheese, and every so often we'll go and take a look at the crypto charts and stuff like that. So we will be looking during this episode, if you are a crypto fanatic wondering what the heck is going on, we will be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and Tezos as ever. But the main focus for today's show is going to be two things. One, vegan cheese. Well, you know, just like from the life of Brian. What was that? What did he say? What did he say? Well, I'm not specifically referencing just vegan cheese, but of course to all manufacturers of dairy products, lol. Anyway, yeah, not just that, we will also be looking at some news, and I have on one of my tabs up there a royalty-free news intro. If you listen carefully, you'll hear the watermarked audio stuff and everything else. It's really as low quality as I could find for it, so quality stuff. I'm going to introduce a news section with some tacky quality off the shelf news intro stuff, which I found on the old YouTube there. It's going to be great. Actually, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. I got into it, I have to say. I was really enjoying it when I had it on there testing it out. So yeah, we will be taking a look at all of our favorite cryptos and all that sort of stuff. Okay, we will be taking a look at it. So don't panic, don't worry, and I would like to ask everybody to hit the like button. Now I know already that K-Doc and Navanethan have done it, so you know, big thanks to you. Have you done it there, Scott? Go on, do it. Hit the like button, show a buddy a bit of a favor there, and get other people knowing that this stream is where it is at. Now I've cropped my face a little bit differently here for the video, by the way. I've actually changed the furniture around in my house once again as well, slightly different layout yet again, and I will and that's partly for the purposes of being able to show you the unboxing, right? So if I hold the packaging up here, then it's slightly more zoomed in. Now maybe I'll zoom back out a wee bit as I look at myself on the camera there and think, maybe I'm too zoomed in on the old noggin there. I wonder if I am. I can see there's a whole bunch of viewers here, and most of you have hit the like button, so that's brilliant. Thank you so much for that. And let me just catch up with some chat that we've got in here. Of course, there was the chat that we had in the pre-show there with K-Doc, Navanethan, and myself chatting away about who'd hit the like button first, etc. But let's just see what the rest of the chat has been so far. Here, how do the other streamers do the augmented video of themselves? It just shows them and takes out the background while superimposing them over their charts. The way they do it is they use a green screen. And you'll be wondering, wait, Rocky, you're heavily invested in this YouTube shenanigans. Why do you yourself not get a green screen? I've got one. I've used it in the past and everything. It's just that I'm more a fan of tacky presentation and not giving much of a fuckery, if you want to put it into a category. So yeah, anyway, do you think I should go back to doing that, K-Doc? Let me know. I could get the old green screen out again and do it. But you know what? You have to live with your YouTube. I mean, okay, when I set up a whole proper YouTube studio down the line, you know, when we've got 50 million subscribers and all part of that side of things, and I actually go to a location to do my YouTube videos, cool. But when I have to live with the setup, then I'm not a massive fan of having a green screen kicking about in the room. It kind of, you know, whatever, and the lighting and doing it all like that. I'm not a big fan of it. Here, actually, I'll show you what. Here, hold on a second. Future unboxing video could be, you know, along the lines of unboxing a light with a stand and all this. This is the sort of thing that you have to live with. I'll just put this up to the camera so you can see that it is thoroughly broken. So there you go. You know, when you got this sort of crap kicking about in your living room, it changes your life. Changes your life radically, and it's not super fun to have it. Anyway, right, let me know what everybody thinks. Would it be worth doing or not? I've kind of made my opinion on that mostly clear. If you want it, I could find a video and share it with you, and you could see what it's like when I do it. It's so smooth and YouTubey, you know. Everybody, I'm sure we'll probably get more viewers if I did it. Yeah, cool, nice one. So then that was when Scott arrived and all the rest of it. Everybody saying hello to each other, and of course K-Doc agreeing that that vegan cheese is crap and American cheese. I'm on the other side of the pond, Rocky. Vegan cheese beats 99% of what I have available. Oh yeah, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I have tasted your cheeses. They're not amazing. Monterey Jack, you know, as an average sort of sharp cheddar-esque cheese goes, is pretty good. That's one of them. I guess it comes from that Monterey area in California. Then again, America with its place names is very much the same as technical analysis with its taxonomy for words. I mean, everywhere, like every state's got like the same cities in there, or towns or villages, whatever, spread around the place. I mean, there's a whole bunch of Washingtons and all the rest of it and stuff like that. So you're always like, oh, which one are you from? There's a city up there towards Canada, and Evan Ethan might know the answer to this one better than I do. There's is it like Toronto? Is there like a Toronto in the United States as well, which is not that far away from the, you know, whatever. Anyway, these sorts of things, it seems to be repetitive everywhere. It's like having a chocolate teapot, pointless. Well, there we go. Right, yeah, I will miss cooking out looking out the window. Well, I will probably rotate around again, you know, and I'm actually looking forward to going back to towards the window, like I did during the late summer, the early autumn, when I had my basil growing over there as well, and I had that set up, and I turned around and I played Why Do I Hate Mondays on the piano and all that sort of stuff. There's a London near Toronto, says K-Doc. There we go, that narrows it down. I was wondering where London was. Yeah, hey Rocky, Zoner hit the like button, say thanks, lol. Thank you so much, Zoner, thanks so much for that. Thank you. Nice to see the crying faces. Now, of course, right, I'm not expecting thousands of people to tune into this live, but when people do tune in, I'll be reminding them from time to time to hit the like button. Okay, a little bit more than I have done in previous videos, because wouldn't it be great if we could get, say, during this live stream, let's all look out for it. Let's see if we can get up to 50 likes. Wouldn't that be amazing? Because that would be a during a live stream record for myself. 50 likes. And yeah, Zoom does it without a green screen. Oh, interesting. Really? It does it without a green screen? Well, maybe I should hook myself up with something like that at some point. I wonder. I guess it just uses intelligence these days, one of these computer things with all the, you know, the gizmos and the bobbins and the lights and the flashing, the bidu bidu. Hi peeps, Rocky, I got you a shout out on the Martini Guys 2.5 hour live stream vid yesterday. 15 minutes 20 seconds in, over 28k views, just by making a nice the flavor that is therein. So we will be doing that, you know, don't get worried, but let's go check out that Martini Guys video at 15 minutes 20 seconds in. I'll do that on live stream here. That would be a good laugh. Guys, when CME starts trading Ethereum futures, do you think initially the price will increase? Cheers, winky face. Well, if the CMEs are anything to go by, you've got to remember that essentially, what is it? Well, it's just another place to short. Why did you say that, Rocky? Why did you say that? Well, traditionally, I mean, it is, right? It's another place to short it. It's another place so for like the likes of Ethereum miners who know that they're going to be making a profit no matter what, but they want to mitigate risk. For instance, they think, well, I'll be getting in 5 Ethereum this month. How about I just go on there and short against that? I have the ability to fulfill that contract actually as well if I want to. And then I've locked in the price, what it is now, and of course it mitigates all of their risk. Now, say maybe they say they're going to make 10 Ethereum this month. Maybe they take 5 of it and do that with it. Is that such an unreasonable thing to happen? Well, that's what these mechanisms come from whenever you're looking at the CMEs. But let's not get too drawn into talking about stuff like that. This here is a massive celebration of having been at this for a year now there's the whole cohort of over 2,000 people who know that I do top grade TA, right? It's really fantastic. But I was thinking about this last night. If I've got the best TA on YouTube, quite possibly, and my accuracy levels are the highest on YouTube, and I've called every top and every bottom along the way so far, so from a major swing point of view, and have told everything everybody needs to know for all of the different coins the whole way along the way so far, like the chain link and all the rest of it too, and stuff like that. And it's not actually growing the channel that much, then maybe I should focus it on some other aspects of the show, you know, and let's just do a bit more entertainment. That's kind of part of what we're doing here now. Of course, there will be times when we just do those heavy TA episodes, but like I say, if anybody wants me to take a look at a coin specifically, they can always send me a donation and I'll just jump away from what we're doing and take a look at it. But before we actually get around to the main content of the show, two parts of the show, one where I play an intro for a news thing, which is a sort of generic off-the-shelf one, and then read some news article headlines. I've not checked the news myself yet, so it's all going to be live and we'll discuss it together. So there's that one aspect. That'll be good fun. That'll be entertaining. And there's fingers crossed, famous last words. And then the meat of it, so to speak, where we get down to looking at this vegan cheese here, which I'm quite excited about trying. It's got a little picture on it where it's got Rocket. You can see there sat on top of the vegan cheese. If I just click on the tab here and get up, see over here, it's got a bit of Rocket on there. What do you call that over there in America? We call it Rocket. What do you call it again? Scott, if you're still kicking about, you probably know what they call these things in America. You've got a different name for Rocket. It's not cilantro, because that's, of course, coriander. It's a different, whatever, who cares? Anyway, they've got that. I'm not a big fan of that, so hope that's not, it's just a serving suggestion, right? Just a serving suggestion. That's what they say over here. So let's see. Anyway, let's jump on. Let's get up the old YouTube, right? So this is when we get around to doing the news thing. Bit of a spoiler there by showing that. Let's just use this tab, go to that Martini guy and check out his stream. That'll be quality. 15 minutes, 20 seconds in. Let's see. Of course, this is a nice chap. I quite like this chap. He is, I'll just click on his channel to make sure I'm doing it the right way. This chap was friendly to me whenever I reached out to him at the start of my YouTube career to get a bit of advice about this is how hard it is to use YouTube when you're not a YouTuber, sort of thing. You're like, what am I doing here? He was really nice to me whenever I asked him for some help. Streamed 6 minutes ago. Let's just assume that it's this one. Is it this one? Kate, actually, no, wait, tell me what. Tell you what. Who was it that said it? Was it it was you, John. Let me know. Was it this video here? Alert, shock Bitcoin price move signals. Was it that one? Obviously, he's going for a different style of attracting a cryptocurrency viewer to his stream. I'm going for the whole unboxing some vegan cheese. Anyway, I got distracted there. Actually, I was trying to say this is a big celebration, the fact that we've been at this for a year, and that there's a big cohort of people out there who already know that I do the good stuff, right? But not only that, they do it too. Okay, so there's a whole host of really good traders now in amongst the community, and you just know what you are doing, okay, to a good extent. So maybe I'm just trying to sort of change things up a wee bit. Whenever I ask people in recent streams, is that enough? Nobody's ever said it's not enough whenever I've done TA on a particular coin, and then I think back and I think, well, hold on a second, actually nobody's ever said that. Nobody's ever said that it was not enough, and people would be too polite to say it was too much and stuff like that. So let's see, what is this? I'm trying to figure it out. So these are uploads, not live streams. How does it work on my channel? Maybe that would help me. Let me see my channel. So they're uploads, and that's this one I'm doing right now. That's what I say. Yeah, so your live streams do appear in uploads. Good to know. And it's probably this one. How long does it last? Bitcoin. 21 minutes. That's not it. Shut your mouth. It's not that one. It's not that from 7 months ago. 1 day ago. Let's see if it's this one. 2.5 hours. Yeah, this must be it. Cheer up, buddy. Look happy. Get some vegan cheese on your screen. Come on. There you go. Come on. Anyway, actually, before I do this, I'm going to hit the like button, like all of you should do on this video right now. See? Yeah? See how I did that? And I'll leave a comment, which all of you could do on this video right now and say, hey, buddy, thanks for the shout out. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, and it's at 15:20. Right, so that'll be the timestamp, but we'll check out the actual thing first and see what he says. So cool, take it away.
We're still bullish on the hourly. We're just gonna have a little bit of a cool off. Wouldn't surprise me if it came down, retested this red line here with the blue line on the MACD, and then had a bounce back to the upside. But overall, I don't think that Bitcoin is bearish at all. Bitcoin looks very, very bullish at the moment.
Here we go.
Yeah, Rocky Outcrop, he is quite good. I like Rocky. He's a very nice guy. I'm just reading the chat. Sorry, I get distracted. Brain stupid.
Brilliant. Yeah, he's a really nice guy as well. Check it out. That's fantastic. I like him a lot too. So wow, great. So that was more like 15, 20, I'll just stick in 25 or whatever. Just giving you just giving you a shout out in return. Yeah, cool, excellent. That's quality, isn't it? I think it's quality. So thanks very much to MJS for that one. Let me just navigate back to my, of course, check him out because he's a friendly guy, nice guy. Let's check out that. Let's get me back on this page. Don't play it. Don't want to give people musical spoilers and all that. I think your BTC perma ticker is broken. Is it? Oh yeah, it's done that thing again. I think what I need to do when this happens is to bring up the tab that it's on. Make it like there, that just changed there. So like make it so that Streamlabs knows that what I set up was what I wanted to set up. Shock horror Streamlabs. Whoa. Oh, whoa, this guy set up and made me want to look at that tab. I wonder why. Let's just stop using it. Yeah, let's just stop doing that. Oh, we have a streamer love story happening. Oh yes, it is hot and steamy and featuring vegan cheese. Alright, so we've done that. Yeah, let me get a knife, right? Let me get a knife and a wee plate here, and I will do the vegan cheese unboxing. Wow, how exciting. And for everybody who is looking over at my bottom there, that is indeed slouchwear that I'm wearing this evening. Yes, slouchwear. No better trousers for trying some new vegan cheese than, of course, a pair of sweatpants made by Roots in the Canadians, in the Canadas, over there in Canada. Well, how do you say that place again? Canada, I think it is, right? Yeah. Yeah, so what's everybody been chatting about? I think I've missed the chat. Oh, it says live chat. Yeah, it says live chat. It's the right one. So cool. Right, good. Okay, we're all right. Let me get a knife. Is a normal Scotch threat? Yes, exactly. We're going down the pub. Are you coming? Aye. Just there. Let me get a knife. Oh, wait. So first off, here's the cheese, okay? Here's the cheese itself, the very cheese. What am I doing with that open in the background? We have to get up the cheese thing. Just so everybody who is tuning in knows, yes, if you're tuning in now, we will take a look at all this stuff. This is called technical analysis, all this looking at charts, jazz. Yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that in no time at all, really, at some point. But of course, this show is kind of going to pivot slightly towards an entertainment stance, just for a wee while, and see how that goes. Now, as well, if you're wondering, I will then be also making little educational videos and stuff like that, and publishing them as well, and doing stack videos and all sorts of fantastic stuff. So you've definitely tuned into the right place. Right, so here it is. Here's the actual packaging itself. You'll be delighted to see that, first off, that the outside of the plastic bit around the outside isn't that really off-putting yellow color. Instead, it is a nice see-through, right? This is how unboxing works. You have to talk about stuff like the packaging that it comes in, right, and stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, it's got a nice weight to it. Exactly 225 grams, as I can see here, printed on the outside of the packet. That's really good. Smells Smells like plastic from the outside. I wonder if that will change when we get into the inside. Looking at the back here, I can see that this unopened packet here will stay fresh until the 4th of the 10th, 2021. So in the UK, that means the 4th of October. As opposed to the 10th of April. Although I could imagine some, they'd have to, it must be complicated for them to change up the dates when they send this sort of stuff around the world. What are the ingredients of this vegan cheese? Well, they're water. In fact, can I bring them up on screen for you all to see together? This is the product I want. Oh, it's just a bigger picture. Great. Okay, so, and as you can see, I've splashed out. I've gone for the 225 gram version of this vegan cheese here. So we have 24% of this is actually coconut oil, so that's great. You know, you could use it on your hair almost. Well, you could use a quarter of it on your hair. Modified potato starch, sea salt. Well, the number one ingredient, by the way, is water, but I skipped that one. Sea salt, olive extract, flavoring. That's nice. I love that ingredient, flavoring. I tried to add flavoring to everything I cook. My friend Scott, by the way, that tuned in earlier on, he might not be here anymore, is actually a chef. So he knows a lot about flavoring, and he's taught me about that ingredient there, flavoring. Yeah, I use it in all my food as much as I possibly can. Colors. Carotenoids. Oh yes, so it's got carotenoids in it. That's of course carrot, so the color in this is all natural, taken from carrots. And paprika extract. Well, they had to extract it. Presumably what they were extracting from that paprika to use for the color was the color of paprika. I guess they must have extracted all of the actual paprika out of it and just been left with some redness. Right, great. So I hope you're all enjoying this. Oh, here we go. It's just sliding open. That's what it sounds like. Smells, I'll tell you what, smells good. It smells good. It's got a nice cheddary flavory smell to it. Now, I specifically say cheddary flavory smell to it because it's that smell. It's more akin to opening up a packet. Right, like, see if you open up a packet of proper British cheddar, the first thing you expect to greet your nose is frankly the smell of horse shit. That's what mature cheddar smells like. Dung. It does. Okay, think of that the next time you're having some. But this stuff smells, when I opened it up, more akin to the smell of a packet of Wotsits or another cheese flavored crisp. Okay, so anyway, nice action here, sliding out of the packet. Nice action we have on that one. Great, very robust packaging. It doesn't reseal, unfortunately, so you're going to have to deal with that once you get this. Maybe perhaps keep it inside a box within the fridge. I don't know, Tupperware, for instance, or maybe something else that's of a similar sort of aspect to it as Tupperware. Yep, it's definitely got that. It's definitely got that fake cheesy smell to it. Now, okay, so I've got this plate for it. It's a nice flowery plate with a nice gold rim. And I'm going to be trying to slice into this now in a way which is visible on camera, so you can see how this goes. Okay, so we have it's a more or less the same sort of slicing texture feel to it as what you get when you slice into any cheese, really, more or less any cheese, typical of the vegan variety as well. And let's just take off a corner of it. Now, going for the corners, one of the nice round corners, and as you can see, it adheres perfectly to the end of a knife. You might be wondering about this knife here, especially the likes of K-Doc, who describes me as having a posh Edinburgh accent. Why it's a steak knife that I'm using instead of a cheese knife, and the answer to that is quite simply because I'm a real man. So so yeah, a Ziploc freezer bag, top tip, there you go. K-Doc, never one to be left behind when it comes to giving people tippity top tips, has come in there with an absolutely astounding one. Really fantastic. Thanks so much for that, K-Doc. Ziploc freezer bags, very good. I think that's also a nice global understanding thing. I think we all have had experience with Ziploc freezer bags. Is a really good one. Tupperware, Ziploc freezer bag, top two choices for that one. Let me just see, of course, it would be good if you're watching this Mondo to try and come up with some way of having a resealable pack. It is common, but I know that you maybe think like I do, in that when it says resealable on the pack, that's just lies. Anyway, have you put that lie on here? Tell you what, rather than actually make it resealable, just try writing resealable pack on the packet, and that might help your sales. It doesn't actually have to function. None of them actually do. So I'm excited to try this. I postulated at the start, would this taste like the Violife brand? And my initial smellings of this are actually putting me more in the direction of the likes of Shees. However, I am getting vague whiffs of that big American brand of vegan cheese. Michael John Scott, you might actually know the answer to that. What is that big American brand of vegan cheese? It's the more expensive one. It's comes in a cube type shape. It's orange. Oh, almost tasted it there. I'm trying to build up the tension, in advance to actually tasting the vegan cheese. Again, if you're just tuning in, you'll know that. Where's the wine? Ooh. Good question. The wine's in the cupboard. Do I grab just a wee bit? Okay, just a second. There we go, and I am back with some red wine to go with the cheese. There we go. That's it. I'm sorry for anybody who's was really looking forward to me testing that vegan cheese out. We will get around to looking at the charts whenever you want to as well. I'm not seeing anybody in the comments saying, would you get on with the charts, Rocky? So we're doing an all right enough show here. When I do get around to making the charting sections of this video, I will quite possibly go ahead and then clip them out and publish them afterwards as independent standalone videos as well. So the sort of the casual viewer, if you like, who wants to get right to the nitty gritty of things, can skip in now. Anyway, okay. So I'm not wanting to get pissed this evening, or especially not on the live stream. But I will pour myself just a wee smidgen of red wine here to enhance or cover up or detract from the flavor of this vegan cheese. Chin chin. Excellent stuff. So, yeah, okay, let's get on with it then. Dahlia is appropriately named. It kills me. Yeah. It has a thank you for that. Who let the bulls out? That is the one that I was looking for. Oh, and Navin Ethan said it as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that was the one. That was the one that I meant. It has overtones of that, but it's got a slightly different sort of look to it. It has actually got a somewhat cheesy type look once I cut it. Let me just zoom right into the camera here. You can see that the contours still focused on me. Focus on the cheese, camera. This is a show about cheese. Come on, get with the show. Well, anyway, you get a little bit of that sort of flakiness of it, which is again not like Violife. So that's another thing. Violife comes away with an almost glass smooth edge to it. Well, here we go. The time has arrived. If you are interested in this type of content, by the way, then let me know, and I will consider in the next episode doing a melt test for this. As you can see on the packet, it actually says up there behind that it melts well. I will melt 2, it says. So we can try that and see just how well it performs. Building up the tension some more, and yeah, I also have plans to try out Parmesan cheese. That's right. Well, fake hard Italian cheese from the same brand, in fact, same brand. So let's hope that this one goes well and sets me up for some positivity tomorrow. There are actually, in fact, tell you what, if some brands of vegan Parmesan cheese, which I think are, or whatever you want to, fake Jarbajan cheese, that actually tastes better than the real thing by like quite a distance, to the point where I'd eaten it quite a lot, and then I had some of the real thing then recently, and thought, well, that's not as good. So there you go. There's a few of them. Anyway, right. Candles melt. Doesn't mean I want to eat that, says K-Doc. Yes, I think this is from the Dea style. If this is from the Dea style bracket of cheese, it's got a very mild flavor associated with it, and it hasn't got that very, very, very distinct inverted commas vegan cheese flavor that the likes of Shees and or Sheesley, whatever they're called, and co produce. It's definitely more on the mild variety, which is quite nice. I think probably would go quite well with it in a sandwich, a chicken sandwich, for perhaps a real chicken sandwich. It's soft in the mouth. It does it in the mouth. It doesn't have that flaky mouth feel that perhaps regular cheddar would. It certainly does have that fake cheddar cheese taste to it. Definitely does. Wonder if it would go well on some nachos to give you that sort of that natural cheesiness maybe that you might be looking for if you are, of course, of the vegan persuasion. Now at this stage you'll be wanting to know what it goes like with a little drop of red wine. Let me just aerate this slightly. Top tip for everybody out there who's doing their own vegan cheese tasting session right now. Let the air swirl around inside your glass, and of course then that aerates the wine and makes it so that the flavors adhere to your tongue a little bit better. Let's give it a wee shot. It could be better as a combination with wine. Now that's partly down to the wine choice that I had there. I could have chosen a better wine. I think it would go better with a drier, fuller bodied wine than the more sort of cheap and cheerful, sugary, vinegary wine that I went for myself with that one. But there we go. You know, that's pretty good. I actually, let's just see. I have to give this a rating. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I would say that it gets a... Well, actually, I need to put that into context because no vegan cheese really gets a 10 out of 10, you know, in all honesty, really. But let me see. I'd have to put it up there. I'd give it a 7. I would say that it's up there and it is competitive with the likes of Violife and Dea for your vegan cheese needs. And I would recommend it, and I am looking forward to having that, as I say, on a chicken sandwich. Now, you might be more into fake chicken. I am a flexitarian. You look so posh with that red wine and cheese combo. Okay, I was doing that. I was hamming it up a wee bit. Hamming it up a wee bit for everybody. Let me just unposh it a wee bit and say, oi, I'm... no, whatever. Right, cool, nice one. Let me just see what everybody's been talking about in here. Then we'll jump on over, take a quick look at Bitcoin, see how she's been getting on without us, and then we'll do some Bitcoin news together. I'm quite excited about the Bitcoin news section myself. Who knows what could happen? I literally haven't read the headlines at all, and I've obviously never done any of this before, so this is all a bit of a first time for everything, sort of a laugh. I should have crackers and some chutney too as well. I should, but I don't actually have it. Actually, I quite like that vegan cheese. Come on, give me here. I'll have another wee bit of it. I think it's pretty good. There we go. At this stage, I need to try it with other things like the crackers, chutney, and all that. Just to counter the vegan aspect, Rocky cuts it with a knife designed to tear through flesh. That's right, that's absolutely right. Flexitarian over here. Charts Schmarts, we need this cheese review. Thank you very much, Marcin. Or is it Marcin? LBRY? Is it like that? I wonder if that's it, or if I've completely savagely ruined your name because it's not got any French overtones to it at all. I wonder. Yes, that's right. Chart Smarts. We need the vegan cheese review. Well, we did it. We got it. We got it. I'll pop the charts up behind me as I discuss what's been going on in the comments here, just to stop putting off everybody else who's been tuning in so far. As you can see, we're not actually breaking the mold when it comes to this particular live stream, but it's all cool anyway. So anyway, let me see. Toe jamminess. I need to send you some Clemson blue cheese. Is that fake vegan stuff, or is it the real deal? I wonder. Clemson blue cheese. We could look up that on the old Google later on if we remember. Candles melt doesn't mean I want to eat them. Lol. Navanethan says, I'm a big fan of provolone on my sandwiches. And jalapeno Havarti. Ooh, jalapeno Havarti. Jalapeno everything's pretty good. Pretty good jalapeno everything. Maybe not as a replacement for those slices of cucumber that you put on your eyes when you're sunbathing, but for every other purpose, jalapeno is a pretty good substitute. New all-time high in cheesiness. I was hoping so. It didn't have that fake plastic smell. And opened it. It was, of course, full-on cheesiness. And yeah, fake plastic smells. Fake plastic watering can. He eats vegan cheese. Oh man. I bet candles have a nice texture when you bite into them, K-Doc. That obviously begs the question, Zoner, have you never actually bitten into a candle before? Well, that is an experience that I would heartily recommend. Of course, you are left with candle in your mouth afterwards, and that provides its own sort of problem there afterwards. And it has obviously a sort of paraffin-y type flavor to it, but you're right, the experience in terms of texture and mouthfeel is interesting, and it's worth experiencing, just so you can say at the end of it all that you've lived a full life. I got a decent French cheese platter from Costco over Christmas for 20 blabs. Well worth it, says K-Doc. Interesting. French cheeses are, of course, lovely. Soft cheeses are fantastic. I'm looking forward to the day when somebody in some boffin in a science lab factory thing somewhere invents a proper vegan camembert. I like like I say, I'm a flexitarian. I'm looking forward to that for lots of reasons, but not because I'm trying to save the planet over here. I'm leaving that to the good guys. Only the green engulfing candles. Whoa, yeah, they're the ones that taste best. Of course, they got a nice lime flavor to them. Cheese tasting party, Bali. Woo! We need to get over to Bali and have a big cheese tasting party. That's absolutely right. I like to eat big pieces of cheese before bed, so I get the crazy dreams. I've tried it, and I've tried that myself, and I've never experienced it. I feel like either I'm just not part of that. It doesn't affect me that way, and it's really disappointing because, of course, that's what everybody would be wanting it for. As soon as I heard that you shouldn't eat cheese before going to bed because of that, then I got into it. Maybe I desensitized myself somewhat to the old vegan cheese. What? Sorry, what? What? I just confused myself. A message came up on my phone there and it blanked my brain. Yeah, well, maybe I desensitized myself to the whole dreamy cheesiness aspect of things. That's a shame if I did, as eating too much cheese as a child perhaps meant that I didn't get that experience as an adult. Big shame, that one. Incidentally, I used to have a cat that wasn't into catnip. I'd give it catnip and it just had no effect on the cat. Mental, right? Mental. Because if you've seen cats on catnip before, it's a real experience. Honestly, just regular sharp cheddar, any dairy before bed, and my dreams are insane. That's cool. Like it's a bit of jealousy over here on that front. In regards to Clemson blue cheese, it's the real deal. Well, I'll have to get some of that. I'll have to try it. That's like up there, flying the flag for something. I'm not massively into blue cheeses. Not massively. Some of them make me feel fairly sick, but other ones are intriguing and nice, and I'd give everything a shot. I give everything a shot as well. Another thing that I'm not into is mushrooms, by the way. I don't like eating mushrooms. but I always try them. You know, I try everything that I don't like because, like I say, I'm a real man. So venison fillet with grated vegan cheese. Ooh, interesting. Does cheese make you trip balls? Have anything? I think the kids call it cheesing. Says Sonar. Really? Boosh. Brain explosion, laughy face. Speaking of dreams, anyone here only dream in black and white? Interesting stuff. K-Doc, you only dream in black and white? Now I think about it, no, I don't only dream in black and white. I certainly have color dreams. That's interesting. That's interesting. Wonder, blue cheese is rank. I can't do it. Well, yeah, most of the time I can't do it either, to be honest, but I always give everything a shot. And sometimes there's a couple of them, you know, like, you know, really stinky camembert is maybe the gateway to blue cheese. You know, maybe, I don't know. Everybody needs a gateway, right? K-Doc, I dream in color and they are crazy vivid, says Artie Pyle. And I've never tried the cheese before bed, but I will tonight. Cool. DMT is probably better for it, to be honest. If you want to try that, but who knows? Maybe who knows? Whatever. Anyway, let me just take my phone here for a second, all the way over towards my face here, and just quickly reply to some of this stuff that's coming through, because then things will be better. Having been replied to. Doing a stream right now. I'm live. There we go. There we go. Right. So now hopefully that I'll not be rude. Okay. So there we go. Are we on? Are we on here? Woo! Okay, cool. So it says that my camera's broke. Well, there you go. I'll just make it work again. Don't worry, ladies. There we go. There we go. And it was probably working the whole time there. And instead I was looking at a delayed feed. Cool. Excellent. Nice one. What else are people chatting about here? Not me personally, but some people are only black and white dreamers. Interesting stuff. I wonder if that's also related to cheese in some way or not. Highly doubt it, but you never know. There's a connection to be found everywhere with everything and in the world. Love my mushrooms, says Navanethan. No, I don't. I can't eat mushrooms. I can't eat them, but I will try them when you know I have them. There's the best mushrooms I've ever tried are from that vegan cafe in New York, which has got that pink and white outside. It's got like a girl's name sort of thing. It's quite girly looking. They were doing they've got a burger in there which has got shiitake mushrooms they've made taste like bacon. I almost said made taste like Bitcoin. If Bitcoin had a flavor of at all, I'd say it would probably be along the lines of bacon. Probably, I think most people would agree that Bitcoin's inherent flavor is bacon. So yeah, they were the best mushrooms I've ever tried. So, and yeah, mushroom coffees, says Michael John Scott. John, man, can you actually that's like what they did in Metro 2020. Did you ever read the book, by the way? If you've read any of those books, like the worst translated book ever. It's like reading Google Translate for something, and it makes you think, how could this is so horrible. I read them all. I also tried most things, but was in the Philippines and refused to try ballot. I suggest you Google when not live. Right, okay. I can imagine it's something depraved. I ever tried DMT and a sensory deprivation chamber? Sensory deprivation chambers are good, man. But have you ever tried one on DMT? Yeah, no, I've not tried that. Got any more of that trippy cheese? No, I don't. And you know, yeah, cool. So how about we take a wee quick look at the charts over here. So that's the chart there. Let me I'll just make it full screen. A couple of quick things to say. We're above the 236. Good one. And we are below the 8-period exponential moving average. Or are we? We maybe are just kind of cracking through that at the minute with these 36,000 prices. If we manage to take that out and sustain ourselves, then of course then that would look like a nice potential area for us to find a bouncy bounce at, with these 3 wicks coming down here and showing us that each and every time we tried to break below the 33,000 area for realsies, we've not managed to do so, indicating that perhaps, you know, we're still in line for more potential upside towards the top. That's where the upside resides after all. Looking over towards the left here, the key area that we were looking to in terms of will we break our previous lows, which was in around about this 32k area, has managed to sustain itself in without being broken. Therefore we can look over here and say this is not being broken on these smaller time frames, etc., and then make little comparisons if we wanted to, like, back over, well, you know, all of the times that we've really had big drawdowns in the prices since, as you can see here, there have been several of them now, not for the most part, to be honest with you, that significant really. But when we look back over here to the August September drop downs, then what we were looking at along the way was to say, will these lows here manage to stay above these lows over here? On the 4-hour time frame, we didn't have much in the way of, you know, stop off points to look to in terms of in between support and resistance. Same story over here. You can look to these areas and say were we breaking them or not, but we didn't really take out the key area. Then over here we didn't take out the key area, over here, etc., etc. The story goes on, and there's just this one little bit here, these 2 bitties, or these 3 bitties here along the way, none of which were actually respected in terms of support, and we really covered that in extreme detail, and nobody really truly would have expected to. What do we call that on the channel most of the time? Just flux along the way. So far we've managed to then sustain prices above this area and move towards the top side, taking out the 236 yet again, and things look groovy. If we actually were to have managed to close a few of these 4-hour candles and get a degree of follow through and continuation beyond the 236, then I would be looking down towards 27,000 at sort of the least, or 28,000, and at that stage you're within sniffing distance of the CME gap, and we can see the 50% area here on that Fibonacci lines up with where the bottom of that CME gap would be. If you need to see that for your own eyes, then here you have it over here, and it's about 23,420 or 23,300 or so, or whatever it happens to be in there, somewhere below 24,000 anyhow on the CME chart. Back in this period of price action, there was a big contangled nature on the charts. They were operating at a higher price than the spot prices. As you can see, that's also currently the case, but we're only looking at about $100 up. Actually, I say that right now, it's $150 or $200. It's just gone up. So, you know, actually the CME's looking a bit healthier there right now than they have been for the last week. Jumping back to the charts and then just drawing on. No, we don't need to draw on anything. And by the way, that ambulance or whatever that is outside right now is absolutely annoying to me, probably more annoying to me in honesty than it is to you at home, but I really wish they would learn the rules. I'm going to have to write to the council about this. I'll send them my steak knife in the post. No, I won't. Actually, that's borderline illegal, talking like that. What I wanted to do here was put on a couple of these bigger term moving averages. Oh, it looks like my settings are probably wrong for these. 100 and 200. I want them to be set to 50, and actually, yeah, well, 50 and 200 is what I want, and the style to be that recognizable style, the way that we have them normally on the channel here for folks, with it being something like that and something like that there as well. And close that up and just see that, of course, now here on the 4-hour time frame we are below the 200 simple period moving average, and that has obviously got its own significance to it. The last time that we were below it was over here on the 8th of December, and the prices did go on down and touch the 50 thereafter before going back up the way, and that's not happened over here. Then looking back the way, we didn't actually go down and touch the 50 so much at you know, at the end of November area when we dropped down below the 200 again. Wait a minute, if I got these the wrong way around, I must have them the wrong way. I have them the wrong way around, don't I, ladies and gents? I've been saying that the wrong way around, but the point stands. Shakes his head in dismay. Just let me change this back. What are we looking at here? What somebody said? Oh, wow, Marsan, thank you for all the cheese. Well, if are you French, let me know. You are absolutely welcome for the cheese, my friend. Cool. So they're now correctly laid up. Sorry, we are below the 50. That's called the was it Karl Popper? Was that the name of the psychologist? I'm not talking about Rick's son from The Walking Dead in that hilarious video meme. Karl Popper, that the bad lip reading people did on YouTube. If you like Walking Dead and you like funny stuff, then check out Bad Lip Reading on YouTube and their Karl Popper song. No, I'm talking about the psychologist Popper. Was it him or was it anyway, there's this thing where you see a color and you say the wrong thing. That was psychology. It's a thing from psychology in the past. It's got loads of research into it. Anyway, I kind of fooled myself and I called this the 200 simple and called this the 50 because I had the colors the wrong way around, even though that's obviously the other way around. Anyway, we did come down, touch the 200 there at that point, and when we went past the 50, yada yada. And just looking back the way, occasionally we come below the 50, we generally speaking manage to sustain ourselves when we get these lows. There's question marks happen here where we go on the whole way up, or would we take them back out again? And then we did actually come down and test the 200. So you can think like we broke the 50 here, we didn't test the 200, we came back up. What did we do? We broke the 50 afterwards, then we tested the 200 thereafter, and then continued towards the top side. Well, we broke the 50 here and we haven't tested the 200. Will we be able to take out the 50 simple period moving average, move towards the top side, get some more of that upside in, maybe even more all-time highs, etc., or will we then just poop our pants down? Yesterday I saw Crypto doing a live stream where he had 12,000 viewers on live, and I bet you amongst them there would have been hundreds of people who would have liked vegan cheese, and he was talking about how he thinks this area could be a head and shoulders, and well, I'm going to give him the credit for that idea. There you go. There's me, Rocky Outcrop, giving Crypto credit for an idea. There, is it a perfect head and shoulders? Well, no. Where's my goddamn volume at? Come back. There you go. It's not a perfect head and shoulders, in various different ways of looking at it. For instance, down here, looking at the volume, it doesn't comply with the textbooks, but then what are you going to do? Also, it doesn't look very good for this right hand shoulder and whatever else, but it's an idea, and I'm bringing it to you courtesy of the old Crypto. Now, what else was he talking about really on that live stream, which I could tolerate for a couple of minutes in that period of time when I tuned in just to guffaw at the sheer numbers of people? Was he was talking about there being the potential for an inverse head and shoulder as well. So let's just draw on what he was talking about at the time, and that was his left shoulder, that was his head, this is his right shoulder, this is his other right shoulder, this is the neckline that we're at again kind of now. So it failed it failed in the time that he was talking about in terms of it being an inverted head and shoulders. Then of course it failed in terms of him talking about how you could go down past this neckline and break the overall bigger head and shoulders neckline. But we are still, in all fairness to Chris from Crypto, who I regularly describe as being perhaps the nicest guy in techno analysis, it's not happened yet, and it could still be on the cards. It could still be on the cards. If you're looking at that as a measured move, then you could take it from sort of this type of idea and just sort of stick it up there and say it takes you up to all-time highs. You could do it like Crypto did and kind of go for something bigger and whatever else, and maybe take it off log or something and try and get something out of it somehow that makes it look like you're going into all-time highs, like he said on his video, because he was very excited about it. There we go, all-time highs. He was very excited about that. We've not done it yet, but what does it boil down to regardless of either of those things that we were talking about there? Well, if we could take out the 200 simple period moving average here on the 4-hour time frame, then that would be very good, and we'd be working against this death cross on the left. And of course, so far we're kind of, that's potential to happen, sandwiched in this zone. Clear areas of resistance coming there at 36,800, I suppose, in terms of this time frame on the 1 hour, sorry. And then you could be looking up the way the targets are the same targets we had on the way up. There's something dreadful happening somewhere in the city right now. There's something dreadful happening. That this is a disproportionate amount of sirens that have gone by, and so far we've had the police and ambulances going by outside. It'd be nice to hear a fire engine going by. they would have already have gone by earlier on. So we've got police and ambulances going to a location at the minute in Edinburgh. My thoughts are with them. So anyway, looking here, what we have is this death cross here, and that kind of sums up the story of the inverted head and shoulders potential at this point in time in terms of, you know, the neckline and can we capture it. Then of course kind of failure to do so again is summed up by both the 50 simple here and mostly, you know, this 200 or the 236 Fibonacci retracement point. Targets towards top side include 37,500, you know, the previous all-time highs. This area over on the left, which is like hard to point to, and you think, why is that so hard to point to? It is 40,000. You know, 40,000 is obviously going to be another area to look to. Then beyond, there are other targets. Let's just draw in some brief ones here for us anyway to give the upside targets a thing. I've already gone way beyond the amount of technical analysis I actually wanted to do in terms of today's episode in total now at this point, so that's a shock for everybody, I'm sure. But that would take you up as high as potentially 48,997, let's call it 49,000, and in all honesty say that, you know, potentially our next target towards the top side remains at 50,000, and we need to bleed our way through this area just now as we experience the top. You know, if it drops down the way, and talk about how there was reasons to be positive, or we experience a continuation towards the top side, and when then when we talk about it again, we can say, oh, this was kind of like how it was in the past, how we had this potential for it to be a topping area. We're going to have to keep our eyes out for it, and we'll talk about all the things we talked about in great detail for the last sort of I don't know what it is now, the last 10 months, I would say, just as a sort of summary. Cool. So there's other things that we could look to. How is this little period here functioning for us to bring it up and show you, you know, that we're not quite in the period at the point where we've taken out this, you know, previous high. So while we look over to the RSI and say, well, we've come up higher than it, that if we do take it out, then you can say that we have, of course, convergence on the charts. If we don't take it out, maybe we've got a bit of the old hidden bearish divergence on the go there. Maybe you'd look at this area and say that this was just a sort of small bounce along the way. This is just the 1 hour time frame after all, and then your eyes would be going back down towards the prize, of course, those levels we already spoke about. In the show, the DMI is showing us that there is, of course, a positive trend there on the 1 hour, as you'd expect to see. That story doesn't obviously is not consistent, where we have a negative trend with strength growing on the 4 hour, and then over towards the 24 hour, you see that we've not actually decided to turn around yet. That's your story there. We have this upward sloping line on the stochastics, which is obviously operating as support there. Then you can see that we've gone past on the 12 hour and it's looking to turn around. On the 4 hour, we just pushed past that point there, and of course, then we could easily turn around to any these zones and then fail to go up towards the top side, yada yada. That's all the extra stuff that you need for context. Actually, I've gone way on beyond it. Don't need to do that. I've covered it. I've done more than enough TA on that one. More than enough. If anybody thinks I've not done enough, let me know. If you're used to watching the show, you're probably aware that I could probably talk for another, I know, hour about all of the nuances. And all the nuances to do with that, but that's where we're going to leave it for now. And I actually want to say yet again, thank you so much to Marsan for giving us the donation. That's a donation, of course, which is to the to all of us, and will be put towards in better equipment and stuff like that as well over time on the show. So I saw a trade had on that was in 200k profits that he closed. Well done to Crypto for getting that, and it's very, you know, that's very nice of him that he would like to, you know, inspire people with his about technical analysis by showing them that. That's the positive take on it. I have my own opinion about that sort of behavior and whatever, and I think there's two valid opinions about it. His own opinion, I think it's valid. I'm not going to debate it. And then my own opinion, which I totally think is valid and is supported along the lines of, well, for instance, legislation, you know, and the rules, you know, for instance, as you know, rather than to put it on myself, just, you know, it's against the rules to actually do that sort of thing. It constitutes financial advice and that sort of stuff, you know, and all the rest of it. But you know, whatever. That's all good. Or the and all of the other stuff I talked about. Everybody knows the details of it. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. That's such a good song as well. If I had to put on a new song right now, it would be that one. Right, cool. So, yeah, right. Another anti-mask protest happening down the street. K-Dog guesses. Wonder. That's funny. Right, and they were all in Thailand before. That's right. They were where they were in Thailand was with Kyle Chassis. It was on when Kyle. There's a YouTube channel, a guy out there called Kyle Chassis, CHASSE. He is. I talked to both Crypto and the Moon in the comments of his videos when he just started YouTube. He's got significantly more subscribers than I do. He's friends with those guys. They lived with him in Thailand for about 3 to 5 months or something like that. Going back to the chart now. I'm not going to look up anybody else's video on YouTube. Don't be crazy. Don't be crazy. Anyway, that guy, that's what's going on with that one. So, cool. There's our Bitcoin technical analysis. And I'm going to now jump on over to... what one do we want to do next? Shall I give... let's promote Tezos up. Let's promote Tezos up and do Tezos next. Just for the love of my Tezos community. Now, before I do the Tezos thing, I want to give everybody a wee quick announcement. If you want to donate to the channel through an ENS address, which is one of these human readable addresses, then I actually have one now, thanks to the guys at block_bake. If you want to look them up on Twitter, then you can. They're Tezos bakers, and they donated that to the channel, so just giving them a shout out to say thank you so much for that. So if you want to donate to the channel, you can do quite easily by going into your Ethereum wallet, and the address part, what you type is rocky.outcrop.eth. So that's my Ethereum address. If anybody wants to donate there, then they're more than welcome to. That'd be cool to see if anybody ever takes advantage of that. You'll find the details in the description down below. So that's what they do, and they of course are Tezos bakers as well. Big I love the Tezos community. Give another shout out to the likes of the people like Kevin Mehrabi, who I think are doing great things in there, and it's a dark horse crypto because it's a sort of slow burn or whatever, but they've got some good things on the go here. But a lot of crypto's got a lot of good things on the go. I'm not saying that simply because they've got some good ones on the go that other ones don't. This is not exclusionary. Nothing in the world of crypto is exclusionary. I'm just saying that it's maybe at times looked down upon by people because of so-called lack of pumps, right? In the recent past, though, we can see that the price has actually pumped 50%, and then of course they dropped and lost all of those gains, so went all the way down 30%, because it only takes a 30% drop to wipe out that 50% gain that we had there. But then since then, what we've done is we've come up 21.5% as well, and currently we find ourselves in here at this 382 area. As we can see, the current price on this one is 246, the highs today 249, the lows today, and let's just see if anybody could possibly guess what the lows today would be, and if in any way at all they're recognizable. Can you guess them? What would they have been? What would they be? And you can see that it's there, and the price of course at the low today was $2.22. Now I'm not going to actually go and I'm going to now completely, I think, depart from telling people how to trade this coin. I've given away too much of that in terms of letting people not take responsibility for their own trading by telling them the exact price points and almost making it a joke that it's so hammered into people's heads, the price points to look to. So I'm going to just relinquish that for now and move on. Anyhow, from that price point of 222, if we go down to 222 and cents, up to where the prices are right now is a 12.5% gain. So nice way to sign off on that one in terms of telling people exactly what to do with their money. And I hope as we look at this channel and this 1 year into what we're doing here, and I do the vegan cheese live episode, and I've called it as well Series 1 Episode 1 of the Rocky Outcrop Show. I've done it. I've kind of put all of this stuff in here as a real sniff it and see thing to do with like how are people going to react to no longer being told exactly what to do with their money, because honestly, it's been too much with regards to Tezos. It really has. It's been unfair. It's been unfair as well on the Bitcoin traders and the that's not true. It seems unfair, when I'm compared to those ones, that if you're exclusively trading this, you've had it, it seems unfair, so I'm going to stop doing that. Anyway, nice one. So we can see that's where we are just now. So long as we stay above that 50% area there with that secret number area down, being our support if we need it to be, and then close above sort of the 228s and whatever, then we're doing pretty well. We've actually managed to stay above the secret number areas, friends in here with its wicks, and of course this green line that we talked about at the edge of the lower line of the pitchfork. That's all coming in around about these areas down here. And if we were to come back down again in the future without taking out our highs at the minute, then the area to look to would again result in being that sort of $2.07 to $2.11 area until such times we take out our highs. Why am I talking like that? Because as you can see, when we take out our highs, that goes up the way, and maybe it would be reasonable to think that our next target is 395. Now this is just like I say, this is the last time I'm doing this sort of thing, but and I'll continue to do the TA. I won't be so painting by numbers when it comes to trading this crap. But when I'm saying this, it's a funny little coincidence just to sign off on that the 0 point on this, if it did turn around at around about that area that we already talked about for various reasons in the past, and already explained all about this 395 and whatever, that the 618 comes in there at 222 is curious, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything in and of itself. That there is not technical analysis. It's not. Do not do this at home. I merely said that for conversational purposes, just for the fun of it, entertainment purposes only. What you're looking at here, of course, is the potential again for this sort of head and shoulders idea. Now Tony did explain as well about how you would prefer to see a low a high, followed by a lower high for a sort of M style pattern. But in terms of just the head and shoulders, naturally you need a head. If we fail to take out any of these areas in about the key areas of 250s to 260s, and therefore as well this 236 in there, 263, then maybe we have one of them on the go. That wouldn't be very nice to see, because it doesn't take a PhD level mathematician to know that this stick here is very similar in terms of what that head and shoulders looks like. And a measurement from that takes you all the way down to the lows that we have talked about as being the potential bottoms if we need to revisit anything down there at the sort of 150, 140 region. Right, anyway, doing well so far, at least on the 4-hour time frame. We have a golden cross here, but we have yet to break the 50. That speaks for itself. The 200 simple, it's in here and it's coming in at around about a secret number that I'm not going to mention anymore on the channel at all, because I've said it far too many times. But you can figure that one out for yourself if you've got eagle eyes and can see it written there on the right hand side on the axis. And this is the two areas that we really need to be aware of. Breaking that, of course, confirms that we're not doing the head and shoulders in terms of this inverse head and shoulders. It doesn't actually confirm that at all, really, until you're up above the 260s. Let's be fair about it. But hey, cool. And then you could be going up towards these other targets. I want to say that this middle line of the parallel channel aspect towards the middle of the pitchfork there is obviously going to be something to look out for. But that lines up good enough with the 236, and we already know all about that sort of stuff. And the next target's up towards the top side, after the obvious sort of round number of $3 itself is 320, 333 and 351. There is another target towards the top side as well that comes in thereafter. We've already been over that, and that is your Tezos TA. Now, of course, as well, any point here, people are able to tell me that I've not done enough as I move through the show, but that's your Tezos TA. You really don't need anything more than that, other than perhaps there's one final warning to say that the 194.96 area is very much crucial to stay above unless you're looking to really taste the cheddar yet again. And by all me and tell you what, that cheddar would most certainly be sharp. So if we were to then look over to our next coin, how far into the stream are we? Just as we know, 1 hour and 12 minutes. So I'll maybe be able to use that to do my timestamps later. I mean, I obviously did this on the 4-hour time frame. There are things we could talk about in lower time frames. Do you wanna? There are things we could talk about on bigger time frames. Do you wanna? Like, really, realistically, do people want that or not? I'm not sure they do, and I'm pretty sure there's some good educational value in amongst all of the sort of the irony that I was using when I was talking there throughout that period. Here we are on the link chart then, 1 hour and 13 minutes into this video, and we will be returning to the chat here to talk about all varieties of cheeses and wines and everything else that people want to talk about in a minute. And we will be doing the live news as well. This stream's lasted for already longer than I kind of thought it would be by this point. Things have dragged on a bit. I guess I got a bit too much into the main focus point of the show with that live unboxing of the vegan cheese. But anyhow, we will be taking a look at the news soon. I'm just getting the sort of standard ones out of the way here, the freebies, if you like, or whatever, and then we'll go on. And if anybody wants me to look at another coin, then suggest it. Blah blah blah. But we'll do the news, and I intend on stopping the stream. By the way, just to suppose as a 2-hour stream would be nicer to just end up at 2 hours. So we got 45 minutes left, and a lot of that time could be dedicated to just chit chat and whatever else. So and entertainment. I want you guys as well to certainly put in some of your own chat. Things I've talked about, by the way, so far in this show include, of course, music by the Waterboys and Leonard Cohen, if anybody caught that reference earlier on, which I did, I said everybody should listen. It's a good song at the time, and other stuff. So there's lots of entertainment here. Hopefully, let's see. I wonder. K-Doc, you can let me know if this is a sort of show that the likes of Maria would enjoy having on the TV a little bit more than maybe just intense technical analysis episode. Here we are looking at the link chart. Now, this is one of these charts where I hit the rubbish button and chucked away everything, all of the hard work, in a fit of nihilism in previous episodes there. So we've got a nice clean chart overall, and we really have been doing everything that we need to do in terms of structure on this one so far. We're coming in here with these highs that we had in terms of our body closes at 1750. Of course, we actually managed to go way up into the 1850s there, and what that does is it takes out these previous highs over here, for example, way over to the left on the 30th of August. After the decline, this was our first sort of big push up the way post decline, and that's good. That's significant. That's the same sort of significance as what you get when you take out 16,000 on the Bitcoin pricing on the way up towards 20,000, for instance, and then psychologically. And then the next target comes in here again at the $20 zone towards the top side. Things are going well. We're in a bullish stance with regards to the moving averages. Everything looking pretty good. Now we are feeding our way back through them all in terms of the small term moving averages, but we're a ways away now as well from the 1430 area. By the way, my microphone is probably a little bit fuzzy, but my voice is definitely fuzzy. I can hear it myself today. I'm going to turn my microphone down slightly, but my voice it seriously sounds like a bad microphone. I can hear it myself rattling away in there. Anyway, we've got this bullish scenario on the go. We have had it since the 30th of April after all, so it remains the case. And we did get some scares about it when we came down towards these low areas. Scary down there at 850, or indeed opportunity knocks, depends how you look at it. If you look at the Rocky Outcrop channel and then trade off the back of the things that we talked about, then it's opportunity knocks. But yeah, scary for the market. Then we came up here and of course found our footing at the 200 and moved up the way. In terms of the small term moving averages, we're above them, but in terms of like just looking at the recent price action, if I just hide all of the moving averages off here and just talk about this on the daily time frame from the point of view of the 21 period exponential moving average, then you can see that what we've done is just recapture it here, and we're actually quite a ways away above it. This close that we had yesterday didn't really result in much negativity. We did actually come all the way down as far as 1328, so don't let me fool you, but we're up here, but up there towards the $16 already with a really nice move up the way. I want to see us sustaining prices above that 21 along the way. Now of course there will be instances, as we've seen in the past, where we come down and knocking on 21's door again, of course, but we can then expect things to continue, if you like to use, let's just use the types of words, maybe actually over the next year I'll use words like expect and predict a lot more just to appeal to the meminess of it all, right? The meme-ness of it all out there. Now, you all know my position on those words. I've got a nice solid cohort of 2,000 people who know what I think about words like that. Anyway, you can absolutely expect to be coming up here towards $20 now that we've managed to do that little thing there. There's almost nothing that could work against us at this stage, and we draw between the highs and the lows, and you see that we've come up here and broken past the golden pocket yet again, having not really gone down past another the 50% Fibonacci ratio, having gone up past this area. Now we did the first time, as we see over here, and we came all the way back down towards the 236 before we found our footing and moved on up the way, smashing into this 786 and down towards the 21 EMA, or indeed the 50 simple, or the 50%, moving 50% Fibonacci point, and then cracking back up above the 618 golden pocket yet again. So from a Fibonacci theory, we've done the perfect thing here, down. Then we had our 618 golden pocket retrace. We came down. We got a confirmation of the continued valid Fibonacci retracement here with a closing above the 236 with these moves. Come up, hit the 786, come down again, hit the 50%, and of course there's literally nothing standing in our way now for going up towards matching those all-time highs, and that of course is the future that we've all just witnessed there operating in front of our eyes. Those are what does Chris call it from Crypto? What does he call it? My exact price target, guys. These are my exact price targets, guys. Exact price targets. Now we do actually have some more areas towards the top side. We already covered these the other day. 23, 25, 27. They're the ones to go beyond where we go beyond when we've gone beyond the places that we were going to go beyond after we've gone beyond them. But there's another couple that we can look to as well, just to bring things into a tighter focus for us, and they are actually 18, 19 and 21, and those are going to be our three targets towards the top side as we come in here to look to try and challenge at this all-time high. 21, 22, you know, if we see a pullback from that point, cool, that we can cope with that. If not, then we're looking to the targets I just said, perhaps even to 26 before we see any sort of pullback thereafter. And that's it. Oh no, we're supposed to do Ethereum. So how far into the video are we? See, sorry, what coin's this? I missed the beginning. That's Chainlink. By the way, any given time, you're supposed to be able to see the bloody ticker. Oh my god, how much I've messed the episode up. I guess it's the cheese has gone to my head, right? I was supposed to have those things up there. Oh well, and look how visible it is and everything. Well, there we go. Right, yeah, unboxing cheese is very much up her street rather than TA. You see, I've got this mass appeal. Absolutely got that mass appeal. Thanks so much for that confirmation, KDoc. So what we were looking at there is Chainlink, and yeah, okay, look, things are looking good with this coin, right? We've said them all already, all these reasons why they're looking pretty good. There's one thing I suppose left to say. Let's mitigate it by saying that, you know, we haven't actually taken out the 236. Okay, so this is where this is coming in at 16.14. We're not there yet. Things are looking good. By things are looking good, what I mean is, should we actually go on and do these things, things are looking good. Until such times as we've done that, there's plenty of reasons for not diving into a trade immediately until we've gone past that point. That's your TA on this one. There's plenty of other things I could have looked at but chose not to. Some of them being whether or not we have divergences, etc. on the go on our chart, blah 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 blah. Quick summary of that: we're looking okay, we're looking pretty good overall, and we're still waiting for the resolution of all the arrows we drew in on the episode the day before yesterday. Jumping on over to look at Ethereum. We are 1 hour and 22 minutes into this video. That'll make it easy for people to find it in the near future in the post thingy if I write that down. Don't actually have a pen right now. It's one of those things I've been meaning to buy. It's on my list of required purchases. Where are you, Ethereum? Where are you? Where are you, Ethereum? You're at $1,121.50, Ethereum. What are you doing in there at $1,121.50, Ethereum? Why are you not at 1,400 or something? We were going so well in this extreme parabolic move whenever the entire market then had a collapse in the post-inauguration of Joe Biden. Uncertainty flicker around there with the price action and all that. We were doing so well. Why did you not take out your highs? Why did you have to do something like come all the way down to the 21 on the 24-hour time frame and retest it as you've done so many times? Why do you need to do this? Why do you keep repeating the same gosh darn mistakes, Ethereum? Why do you not just go straight to $200,000? Why do you do things like come down and retest the 21 EMA, you bloody moron, Ethereum? Let's just put on the other moving averages and see how you've been doing with them, eh? I bet you've got something to say about them as well, don't you? Ethereum, how about if that was the atomic number 8? What are you doing with that one? What? You're actually struggling to get above the 8-period exponential moving average on the daily time frame? What sort of recovery is this? What sort of recovery is it? Why, whenever I draw in a Fibonacci from the high that you had there down to this low over here, has the prices only been able to get up as high as the 50% and not even really breaking it there in yesterday's candle subsequently? Why have we not at least got a 618, and why have we not even taken out the 50% at this point, which means that I can't even turn around to my friends in the Rocky Outcrop community and say that this constitutes a low as yet, as we hang around between these moving averages, as we look at the DMI having gone all the way up as high as it did and not actually crossing. Why do you have to make it like this for everybody? Gosh damn, Ethereum. I mean, yeah, we can obviously look towards higher targets and all that sort of stuff, but but you're making it difficult for people with this golden cross that you had months and months and months ago to trade this thing. It's so freaking frustrating that we have to rely on traditional methods of technical analysis, really, just to be able to get by and make moves in the market. It would be really crap of you if you wanted to be an absolute asswipe to come all the way down here towards $750 and retest the 50 period moving average. And don't give me any of your nonsense about how on the way up here there's been no levels of support created and we have broken down so far past certain Fibonacci points. And don't make me draw it in and show everybody, okay then, if you're going to be like that, then I suppose I will. Yes, we've only just ever so slightly recaptured the 236 right now from this Fibonacci point, but but you've not done it, you've not done enough yet. And if you've not done it yet, you've not confirmed it yet with a closure above it of say 4 hours and above, and then kick some sort of follow through on it. Instead, you're making everybody wait around to try and find out what your next move is, because if it doesn't manage to do this, then maybe you will go down looking for your other support at 750 and be all pathetic and hit off the 50 simple moving average. I tell you what, hitting down here on the 18 period exponential moving average with these wicks on 24-hour time isn't fooling anybody, Ethereum. We know what your game is. Jumping down towards the 4-hour time frame and bearing witness to the big drop off in volume that we had here on your trading, Ethereum. Why did you do it? Why did you do it? Why did you do this movement towards the top side and have diminishing volume throughout that? Why did you need to do that? Why could you not just continue to have bigger volume? Whenever we were looking at these guys coming in here and saying that we could be going into all-time high territory right at your very top, why did you have to have the worst volume that you've had for nearly 10 months? Why did you need to do that, Ethereum, right there at the highs before we turned around and subsequently went down and touched various points here of interest, such as the 382 Fibonacci retracement point on this particular one, and then come back up and struggled with the thing? Why did you have to do it there right here where you had your least volume? Could you not have put in more volume? And then whenever you had this drop down the way, could you not have had some sort of decent volume as we come through this here? Why do you need to be so rubbish about all of your movements, Ethereum? I tell you what, that is just not on. But you think that you can fool us into thinking that it's all completely gone to crap. Well, you can't. Not yet, because we know that if you're sat here above this $111 point, that you're actually, you're just trying to make us all scared about the 750 area. And we know as well that if you go down below the 18 period moving average, which happens to be in there at about $1,000, that the natural point to look to would obviously be that 750. So you've not pulled the wool over our eyes, Ethereum, you frickin' moron. There is your Ethereum technical analysis. I hope you like that. I also decided yesterday that I would try different styles of technical analysis. That was called angry technical analysis, where you really give off to the price action based on what it thinks it's trying to do to pull the wool over your eyes and not let it get away with its nonsense. I hope you like that style. I'll be trying that some other times. In tomorrow's technical analysis, or not tomorrow because it'll be the day after tomorrow with my current schedule, I'll be doing radio broadcaster technical analysis, which is along the lines of, hello and welcome to Ethereum. This is the Ethereum technical analysis and we're going to be looking at the charts together. So that type of thing. I'll also be trying other stuff like, hello, I'm an actor and I'm from Scotland and I'm doing technical analysis on the television. I have this particular accent right now because that's what I do. So I'll be doing all these sorts of different things over the next wee while, but that was angry Ethereum, or angry technical analysis, letting Ethereum really know that it isn't fooling anybody. Okay, and of course, no least of us, the community here, the Rocky Outcrop Ticians. That's right, all 10 of you who are currently viewing the show, if you have tuned in here and you haven't hit the like button, I would massively appreciate it if you did hit the like button. And that would be cool. And if you don't want to do that, that's okay. No pressure. Just think maybe you would. It would be really appreciated. Anyway, right, cool. So what else? Nice one. Let me just catch up with the chat. I'm going to jump back over to the 15-minute time frame on Bitcoin. And we're looking here, it's 1 hour 28 minutes in. We've not done the news section. I'm going to be doing news soon as well, so let's get super hyped about the news section. This is going to be a new feature on the show. Might even open it up using this in the future. Just didn't want to take any of the shine off of my vegan cheese unboxing episode, which is obviously the priority. I could do technical analysis on this, but I'm not actually going to either. Again, we're just going to chill out together for a minute and see everybody's getting on. Now I'm seeing that there are names being put around here of people and what they eat. For instance, there is the son from The Walking Dead. That guy, the son from The Walking Dead who is no longer in the show. That one, he eats Velveeta apparently, which is not all cheese. It's even at that, it's really weird. Velveeta, what they've done with it, it's cool. And I don't have it, but I have read it. I've never tasted it. I wanted to, but I was strictly dairy free whenever I went to the States. No, that's a massive lie. I say I was strictly dairy free, but I did actually convince my girlfriend, who I was going around the States with at the time, that it was important for me culturally to break my dairy free in Wendy's, Denny's, McDonald's, Burger King, Jumpin' Jacks, Taco Bell. You get the point, right? Part of my holiday to America was a cultural pilgrimage to cholesterol. So yeah, cool. What's everybody chatting about in there? The Walking Dead, the son in The Walking Dead, the guy that's no longer in it, apparently looks like a cheese with kinda lad. That works. It works both ways. It works, for all people who could potentially have the same name as that guy, for instance. Sorry, what coin's this? I missed it. Yeah, that was back when I was doing Chainlink. That was before I did the angry stuff. Then I saw BTC 49,288.1 cents, says Zoner, by the 27th of January 2021 at 16:53 and 17 seconds. Wow, that is, tell you what, that's some prediction. That is such a strong prediction. I need to put that onto the chart. So let's just go to that time. Whoops. Let's go to that time on the charts here. So we're talking the 27th of January. I'll just do it on the 4 hour or something like that, so I can see 27th of January here. That's the 17th. Yeah, numbers. You know numbers, Rocky. You know how numbers work. I'm going to put in a vertical line. So we've got that on there, vertical line. So yeah, I need to be on a lower time frame so I can get it closer to it. We're talking 1653, so that you don't get the 16s or the 53s. Well, I could do it on 16. Could say it on 6. I'll do it at 16 on the 17th, 27th of this. That was what I was looking for there, and then we'll say here is this. Cool, nice one, great. What chart is this? Just so I don't, lose it. I mean, I know it's Bitcoin, but what's Bitfinex, right? So Zoner, you're on the Bitfinex chart. Your prediction there, I love it. It's so exact. So maybe we need to, make it so that's actually going to be visible on screen by that point, right? Because we don't want the prices to be way up there, and we have to scroll down to see your prediction. There we have it lined up with the price more or less that you're predicting. Excellent. So there we have it. I'm going to leave that up there in pride of place, just so that everybody knows that that's what we do on the channel. So of course, if you're just joining us for the first time, what we do on this channel is primarily what we do is we give people signals so that they can trade cryptocurrencies without even having to think. Really, what I want to do, if you could sum it up in one sentence, would be make it so you don't have to rely on yourself in any way whatsoever, because that's obviously going to lead to you having the greatest amount of success. That's right, my friends, it's time to finally stop trusting yourself. Here I am to give you the tools that you need to fully disenfranchise your own sense of responsibility from your future decisions, and with the help of the community, we'll be giving you those exact price targets. So if you are just joining me for the very first time here and you've never been on the show, make sure you hit your subscribe button and your like button for exactly that sort of content. If you've got any sort of questions about it, bring them up with the community in there. I'm sure everybody would like to tell you. That's like, actually, you know what, I know every single person here that so far. I've spoken to every single one of you that's watching this live stream. I consider you all to be my friends, okay? So you all know the chat, and that's just said, for tongue-in-cheek for anybody who happened to be tuning in, but I'm 100% sure that everybody that's watching right now is fully versed in what it is to be a Rocky Outcroptician, and what I just said is absolutely not that. Rocky, do you think Bitcoin going to top out here, says AF Karimi? Well, to answer your question most simply, do I think it's going to top out here? In terms of, do I think this is potentially a top for Bitcoin? Yeah, it could potentially be. However, the fact that we're above this price point in here at 33k, to just kind of undermine or to reinforce everything I said there a second ago about everything, right? The fact that we're underneath this price point, or we're above this price point right now, is very, very, very good for Bitcoin and could spell further continuation towards the top side. And in fact, we've got this target coming in right here, which of course is pretty much spot on. Definitely. Now, the price here that he mentioned was something more or less that I'd already said. I think I said 49,000. Earlier on in the show when I started the Bitcoin technical analysis. But what Zoner's really bringing to the table here is this exact time for you, which is really good. It makes it so you don't have to think at all. Just kidding, right? Do I think this is potentially topped out? Yeah, failure to take out these areas would be bad, and we can say, in various ways, like what that constitutes. in terms of badness, like, you know, take that if we only manage to come up here and go to the 50% area, we're not taking out our previous high. You know, this is so far a lower high on this 4 hour time frame than the high that we got in at this exact point that I'm pointing at, you know, this one that we're having right now. So just move this off the time so I can see what that was. So we're just in there at where we were on the 4 a.m., you know, 4 a.m., 8 a.m. on the 12th of January. Here we are on the 13th of January, and we're not able to do that at 8 p.m. so far. So that's another sign of like general negativity there. You could kind of go towards the downside, but that's okay, you know. And we're above the 6-1. We're below the 618 currently. That's your next target, you know. In terms of just looking at the drawings alone, in terms of the 4 hour time frame, taking out the 50 simple here, very, very positive. If we don't do that, or if we do it and don't take out our previous highs, then what we're looking to is, as we've seen before, I did mention this during the Bitcoin section, by the way, what we're looking to is to come down and test the 200 simple, like we saw here when we didn't test the 200 simple exactly in the past, but we got close to it. We got towards, not close to it, we went a good way towards it, below the 50, then broke up above the 50 again. We actually did take out our previous high, but then we went sideways down and then tested the 200. And this is a sort of bullish way of doing that towards the top side, you know, and forming various different patterns. You know, in the most simple sort of sense of things, if we're unable to do that, you know, come up, put in the highs, at the very least go sideways and whatever else, test the 200 and use that as bullishness towards the top side, then what you're looking at is coming down and testing it sooner. And by doing that, you'd be taking out the structure here of your previous low. That comes in there at the minute around about 30k. And if we were to actually do that, then that's very distinct to what we saw here, where we didn't take out our previous low. And indeed, every one of these retracements so far, where we've never really taken out our previous low properly along the way over the last 10 months. And that's what we're waiting to see happen at any given point, alongside certain things like the moving averages, where we are in relation to 236, etc., etc. So will it have topped out there? Well, it's, I mean, unless I wanted to do that whole kind of asshole predicting the future nonsense, which is completely and absolutely hot air nonsense that people put out on YouTube because they don't respect their audiences. Yes. However, if with showing you the actual respect that you deserve, absolutely not yet. We're in a bull trend. We haven't done the structural changes that we would need to do to really make that, to be able to kind of to be able to say that as being true. You know, all we have so far is a higher low, and we could be going on the way towards making a higher high. And it's not like it's a higher low on some sort of huge time frame to mitigate where we've come in at. This is a higher low on the 4 hour time frame. I mean, everything from 42k down to 30,700 or 37,900 was just putting in a higher low, as we spoke about on the way up, that this was possible to happen. And that's all we've really done so far. So have we topped out yet? No more than we had when we topped out here at 34,000. No more than we had when we topped out over here at 19,000. No more than we had when we topped out over here at 19,000 again. No more than we had when we topped out over here. As you can see, the story going on and on and on. Right, that's where we are, and there isn't anything more to be said about it. That's everything that you can say. Everything else is just embellishments. I mean, I can embellish it as much as I want. But yes, we have a strength of trend here, which is negative. However, I would like to point out that the ADX is going towards the downside, and the actual the negative DM never made it above 30 in terms of any movements. Really, you know, we've not actually had a really any real strength of trend coming in here. If things don't continue to go down towards the downside and take out 30,000, then this will never actually evolve into a properly negative trend, and we'll just simply see things turning back around towards the top, yada yada yada. But I don't need to embellish it. Okay. The answers are blowing in the wind. Yeah, cool. Rocky's calling me out, says Zoner. Right, cool. Chat's died down a wee bit, not missed out on anything. I've even answered an open-ended question, kind of. Well, it's actually, I was a binary question there, but I answered it with the most respect for my good friend AF Karimi. I like your name. It sounds so good. It sounds like Habibi, you know, which is what a female would call a male who they thought was their darling or dear in Arabic. Sounds like that. It's genuinely why I like your name. Which is, of course, esoteric and purely from my own brain, but there you go. Or is that what a male? No, wait. Bed the distrubshi. No, that's what you would call a female, right? A male would be Habibti, right? Is that right? Is that right? You've got a video out at the minute, do you, Trace One? I've not seen that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Have you published it, or is it not published yet? It's still uploading. Okay, it's still uploading. TradeSpotting's got a video coming out today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go to the TradeSpotting channel on YouTube and check it out. It is going to be great. TradeSpotting on YouTube. That's how you do it. You type in TradeSpotting just like that. You see his face just there, you hit the name just there, and later on today there will be a video coming out. It's going to be fantastic. In fact, Jimmy, if your video goes you know, gets uploaded, is uploaded, and you can, and you know, it's ready to go, that's when I'll tune out today. Then that's when I'll tune out. Okay, I'll tune out when your one's ready. As soon as it gets ready, I'll drop a link in the chat, and all 10 or 11 of us can go and give you a little instant boost to the video. We'll do that as a community for a member of the community. You know, we would do that for all of you. If you had a video coming out, we would give you that. We would do that because we're friends here. So we'll do that for you and give you like a quick 10 views and likes, because we'd all hit like as well, wouldn't we? I'll hit like when I go and watch it. I'll hit like. So we'll just do it, right? Cool. Right. Cool. What did I want to do now? Oh, I know what I wanted to do now. Are you ready? Are you ready? Doing the news here. I was very excited. We could do it again. In Bitcoin news this evening, we have various articles reporting that various people around the world were stupid with their private keys and have now lost multiple hundreds of $1,000,000. We have great news from the TradeSpotting channel saying that they are putting out a new episode this evening. Very exciting for everybody. Very good times in the night. We also have a new security breach discovered with Ledger. We have Ripple finding support in legal battle against the SEC, allowing the XRP price to regain lost ground. On the same topic, we also know that the SEC has actually now appointed Gary Glenser as the chairman of the SEC. He is the chap who said that Ripple is a security. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so that's the news. That's the news. Do you actually want to see any of these news articles? I'll bring it back over and we can do that thing like the guys do on these different shows. So first off, let's look at an idiot real quick. Let's just look at an idiot live, everybody together. Now, of course, all of our hearts bleed. They all bleed massively for this guy, but let's just call him out now. German-born programmer in San Francisco has 2 tries left to access his Bitcoin account with about $220 million worth of Bitcoin in it. Stephen Thomas, he featured on BBC as well today, is becoming a rather famous name. I heard him talking in the news. In fact, I can just go ahead and close this and tell you other stuff. He bought the crypto 9 years ago. He had 7,000 or so of them, and they are of course worth an awful lot of money now. But what did he do? Well, he lost the keys. When did he lose the keys? Let's see. Oh, that's right, 9 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. What's he done since? Well, he has been collecting Bitcoin. And is he massively wealthy? Yes, he is. So is it okay to call him an idiot? No, man. Yes, no, who cares? He doesn't care. He's massively wealthy and he doesn't give 2 shits. And he's also going around selling his story just because he wanted to at the second all-time high. Was this a story in the previous all-time high? I don't know why he wants to. He's just doing it for the fun of it, I guess. There's your news with regards to that story. Let's take a look at this story here. Ripple finds support or whatever, and SEC something or other. Let's see what the support is. Yes, continue to cite, you bloody moron. The SEC has sued Ripple for blah blah blah. Several firms have said stuff that nobody's interested in. US Securities Exchange Commission did its job. The announcement forced US exchanges to be slightly less nefarious in their activities, although Coinbase is a big scam and was on the BBC earlier on telling people to go and join up there because you get free crypto. Now, if you do want to go over to Coinbase and get free crypto, go ahead and choose some of my affiliate links down below so that we can benefit together. in that exchange of using Coinbase, which I wouldn't recommend to a donkey. XRP might not be deemed as security after all, says this guy here, saying that we never believed XRP as a security under the prevailing Howey test in the US, and regard XRP primarily as a utility token whose value is based on its use in payments and foreign exchange. The Howey test. Okay, so the Howey test in the US. Let's look it up ourselves. How about that? We go deep into the news on this channel. We are not one of those people who tries to simply create a following on YouTube by just reading articles off a CoinDesk and doing no work whatsoever, and actually struggling to read. Like that guy, I think you probably all know who I'm talking about. The Howey test is a test created by the Supreme Court for determining whether certain transactions qualify as a investment conflict contract. That guy. I'm not doing that. Anyway, if so, let's just see it though. Let's just see the Howey test. What is the Howey test, and see what do we think if it does it. Now, I'm pretty sure I've read all about this in the past. I just want to make sure I'm not talking shit before I start talking. Another thing that's unique to this channel. Investment money. There is an expectation of profits from the investment. The investment of money is in a common enterprise. Any profit comes from the efforts of a promoter or third party. XRP Ripple. Let me just see. What is Ripple? What is Ripple to XRP? Is there something in the Google world that will tell us an answer to this? XRP is a token used to represent transactions across the Ripple network. Ripple created 100 billion things. Who are, is XRP the same? We've established that XRP and Ripple are not interchangeable. XRP is a digital asset, while Ripple refers to a company that created the Ripple consensus ledger. Does that remind anybody of anything? OI number 4. The investment of money is in a common enterprise. Let me just refer back to this again, and yeah, there we go. There's an expectation of profits from the investment. Let's just check out what Ripple, the website, has to say about any of these things. Currently, this is obviously a long time after they have done anything, so let's just see now. Ripple impact, we're accelerating, more exclusive 100 billion thingies. Okay, blockchain for good, greener future, carbon net zero to zero. How green is XRP? Whatever. Ripple taking the lead to share fintech supports sustainable world, transformer banks and consumers, but also beneficial to the planet. That's pretty close, but they're not saying you'll necessarily make money off of it quite yet. Want to ensure the markets at schools of the world, data transactions take place in blah blah blah. Help financial services. They're very careful at the minute to not say you're going to be making money off of it. Let's click on XRP here. XRP financial source and liquidity. Anything about making money on here? Developer platform for money, exchange peer-to-peer, get long. How does the XP ledger work? Transaction settlement time, so that's not about value. Stable, eco-friendly. Metrics, network transaction fee. Oh, they don't have the price on there currently. They just got the price of their transaction fee. Let's see more of their metrics. Oh, capitalization, 7-day, 30-day XRP volume, settlement speed. Oh, you'll see they've not got the change of price on here. Was it like that in the past? See more stats on XRP charts. We could do it the Wayback Machine. Actually, archive.org. If you don't know what I'm looking up here, let's just look up Ripple's website from before the thing. Am I going too deep? Is this too deep a dive for this news article? Probably is. What was Ripple? Was it ripple.net was their website? Was it? Can't remember because I didn't really look at it at the time. Ripple.net. Let's just see. Is that it? Oh my word! There's been a lot of changes on their website recently. That's weird. I wonder why they didn't change anything for quite a while, and they have done recently. Let's take a look at it in the past though. 14th of May 2019. Let's see what it looked like back then. I mean, the fact is it is a security and it's quite obvious, right? I mean, it's already been done. Invest in Ripple XRP. It's more than a cryptocurrency. I must be on the wrong website. This must be the wrong website. That's so disgustingly. What was it? Let's just see what the website is. Ripple again. Let's just do this. It's ripple.com. Whoops, not ripple.net. Only that they call it like the network and all that sort of stuff. So that's why I thought that. Well, there we go. The wrong website, wrong one. But oh, let me see. Lots of activity here. Let's go back to March 2019. Let's go back to this one. See if they say anything about what they're worth on there, you know, and what the price of them is and what their price history has been. Because the price like that, but it'd be pretty bad for them to do that because, of course, their price history has always been down as they've always just dumped on their own customers. Another problem with the security thing, like they are, of course, massively. It is an investment in money. There is an expectation for profits. The investment money is in a common enterprise, and then profit comes from the efforts of a promoter or a third party. Unfortunately, they've just been using that against you to make it so that you lose money so far. Sorry guys. Today's payment rails don't cut it. RippleNet, better blockchain, growing global network, Ripple Insights, faster, cheaper remittances. Okay, how global things contact us. Policy framework, XRP overview, how to buy XRP. Let's see, this could be good for it as well. Not that I need to do that. Not that I need to do the SEC's homework for them, but I'm getting pretty bored of this news article as a minute at the minute, getting pretty bored of it, losing faith in it. Gonna give it something like 20 seconds more. 20, 19, 18. Okay, nah, screw it, whatever. It's obvious that they're security. Who needs to? Oh, the big reveal. I was going to put that up at the start of the show before I told you what I was unboxing, but I went ahead and unboxed it anyway. Right, that was a pretty boring news article. Let's go back to the. I'm obviously totally not interested in what it has to say anyway. Unregistered digital currency firms must shut down and refund investors, says the Financial Conduct Authority. Let's just see if this directly relates to the UK financial markets, which it does. Offered all unregistered digital currency firms to shut down and refund their investors. Shut down and refund them. Whoa. So that's great and all. FCA, blowing out a bunch of hot noise again. They're FCA. They're a bunch of shite. What else is there in the news? I'm looking forward to trade spotting. Rocky, do you have your Discord link to hand so I can copy and paste it into the description? Yes, it's in my description of my video. Bum 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 bum. It's not really what you meant by handy. Boom, 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 boom. But everybody can see here. Join the Discord. Boom, 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 boom. Gonna have that news song stuck in my head forever. There we go. There it is. There it is. Do 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 do. Bam bam bam, and I pinned it myself. So that's it. Cool. Let us know whenever your video goes live, so I can do that on the news channel as well. Let's get back to the news. By the way, thanks so much for joining us. Did I see Sean Thomas is here? Did I see he's here? Is he here? Alien Limitless, is he here? I don't know. If he isn't, then shout out to you, my friend, because I think he's a great guy. I don't know if I'm reading that wrong. Shame Bitcoin doesn't self-burn after a few decades of activity. Yeah, lol, it's Stephen Thomas. Who's Stephen Thomas? Is the guy that wrote that article or something? I don't even know. Is that the guy's name? I don't know. Maybe I should remember it. Rocky, do you have your Discord link? Yeah, cool. That is if I had $1 for every time Zach's prediction was right, I'd have $0. Good one. If I had -$, for every time I made a wrong prediction, I'd have exactly what I'd have in my bank account right now. Yeah, elsewhere in the news, Shopify security breach. Bum, bum, Shopify security breach exposes more Ledger's customers' sensitive data. A Shopify data leak has exposed another 20,000 Ledger customers' personal data. The incident comes just weeks after hackers exposed the sensitive information around 270,000 Ledger customers. The first users have been the target of phishing and extortion attempts since the initial leak last summer. Want to know more? Join our Telegram group. A previous security breach at e-commerce, blah blah. Among those impacted customers, blah blah. Where did they leak them though? Arbanian Crypto reported last year massive data leak. Certain things, data, yep. Ledger, yep. Impacted 9.5 grand because Ledger are a bunch of liars. Yes, they are. Oh, death threats. Recently we shared news where you're a bunch of liars. Changed to the customer data storage. Yeah, cool. So where did they leak them? Where did they leak them? Where did they leak them at? Involving customers' Ledger claims. Learn about the leak. Illegally exported the data. Well, they're working with them. So Shopify Ledger data. Download. I don't want to download it. I'm not going to download it. Let's just look together. Tools anytime past 24 hours. Catch rogue Shopify employees. Thing. Ledger CRAN packages. Download data. Ledger no. Ledger ads no. Nope. So not seeing where they've been leaked to. Did they just steal them for themselves? Maybe they're on the dark web somewhere. Ooh, the dark web. Anyway, not super obvious how you get that data. Well, whatever. So that's that piece of news. Cool. So we've done it. There's been more crap from Ledger and Shopify, two trustworthy companies right there, it seems. Kim.com wants to fund Bitcoin Cash development. That's hilarious. Kim.com. He is mega. Is he in jail at the minute or not? Is he still in jail? Is he or is he not? Mega Upload, a mega founder, wants to promote Bitcoin Cash's growth. This is a guy who's completely and absolutely trustworthy. Kim.com. He's really cool guy. He's really trustworthy. Give him all your money, basically. That's a good idea. He says the coin is undervalued based on the amount of transactions it currently performs. Let's see. I just had an online meeting with 10 talented coders who sent me their CVs yesterday to brainstorm about apps they can build to bring Bitcoin Cash to the masses. I'll do this every week. If you're a coder, DM me your CV. You may be invited to get funding on your project idea. Quality. So I don't have a CV to send them. Like I say, I'm still asking for all you guys to send me your CV. But that doesn't mean I can't DM the man anyway with here. I'm a coder. I love crypto. Not got a CV to hand, but you not got a CV to hand, but would love to. Nah, I can't say that. That means that's negative. Would love to help. Cool. Let's see if Kim.com gets back to us during this live stream. That's that piece of news. That's a bit of fun. Let's see if he responds. Kim.com. He's a trustworthy guy, like I said. Absolutely. Is he in jail right now? I think he's in jail right now. Anyway, I'm not sure. I wouldn't like to say something wrong about somebody who, in my opinion, very trustworthy guy. Arca secures 10 million in Series A funding as traditional financiers back crypto. What Arca's doing? What's Arca doing with crypto? Like, Arca will use the funding to beef up its infrastructure and expand its crypto asset class offerings. What one's it got in there at the minute? I should know this. It said it was going to enhance its infrastructure, digital service offerings, watershed. Going to spend the money on educating people and stuff like that, right? Premier branded asset manager and digital assets. Yeah, it's just doing this asset management shit. Bitwise surpasses 500 million as institutions flock to crypto. When was this published? January the 4th, 2021. Bitcoin chart. Bit of pain. bit of gain back to here. Well, you're doing all right. If you bought crypto based purely on that news, then you're back in profit, so that's decent. Yeah, cool. What else do we have? Again, TradeSpotting. If you let me know when that video is going. Give me a rough idea when the video will be up, so that I can, if you're still currently watching this right now, so that I can stop asking all the time. Bitcoin is new Prometheus, according to one of the biggest hedge funds. But everybody was so disappointed in Prometheus. Now, I really liked Prometheus. I'm a big Alien franchise fan. But if Bitcoin is the new Prometheus, I'd love to see what Ridley Scott has to say. I'm not going to open up that article and, of course, take away from my joke by being proved that that's not what they're talking about. So instead, I'll just move on. Top 100 Bitcoin addresses at 11 billion in Bitcoin in the last month. Right, whatever. The top 100 Bitcoin addresses are often contributed to by people moving their money to exchanges and the like, obviously. Anchorage becomes the first OCC approved national crypto bank. Well done, Anchorage. Bitcoin back on track, poised to reach... Oh, by the way, crypto bank. I mean, what is a bank? By the way, if you're wondering what is a bank, here what is a bank? What is a bank? What does a banking license entitle you to do? Right? Okay, so this is what a bank... Well, we know what a bank is. A bank's like any other business that's got money in and money out on it, right? Except it has a banking license. That's the difference. So what is a banking license? Share banking license. How do banking licenses... No, that's not it. That's not it. Alright, I just want to find a quick article of telling you what a banking license is, not actually like I want to set up a bank. Banking license, here in Wikipedia, there we go. It's a legal prerequisite for a financial institution that wants to carry on a banking business. Under the laws of most jurisdictions, businesses is not permitted to carry words like bank, insurance, national in their name unless it holds a corresponding license. Depending on the banking regulations, jurisdictions, blah 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 blah. The license issuance, we don't care about that. We don't care about it in the United States either. We don't care about all of the same things. So then what are a banking business that accepts deposits from the company, creates demand deposits while simultaneously making loans? Lending activities can be directly performed on the bank or by the bank or indirectly through capital markets. Due to the importance of the bank's financial stability regulation, look, really, let's just cut the long story short. A banking license entitles you to take other people's money and lend it out to other people's money on a fractional basis. So when we hear about banks being made that have got Bitcoin in them, who gives a shit? But if you want to go and get some fake Bitcoin that's not really yours, which is not actually in your control, which isn't actually anything, and is got no real difference to fiat in any way other than the fact that your ability to manage your risk is completely out of your hands, yeah. There you go, there you have it. Am I enthusiastic about banks doing crypto? No. Why should I be? I don't know. I used to work in a bank, so do I care? Bitcoin, Polkadot price cracks $10, but Bitcoin is in the horizon. Here's an interesting look at a chart for folk. I mean, obviously, you can say any time things on the horizon. But I just wanted to point this out to people, since here we are. It cracked $10 and it's moved up since. Yes, it's been finding support at $10. That's dot price for you. It's okay if we don't correct any lower than then further than sort of 10 to 15%. We're doing okay. This is better looking chart than Bitcoin's currently is. We're actually putting in highs at the minute with the potential to close off higher than we were before. This was written here by somebody. Let's see how good they are at doing TA. It's just obviously it's a bit of a nonsense article. Lorenzo Stone. Let's have a look at his picture here. Lorenzo, give Lorenzo a proper shout out on the channel, everybody. Here's Lorenzo. Cool dude, thanks so much for your input, Lorenzo. Polkadot price risk short-term pullback despite the massive 30% breakout in the past 24 hours. Indicators have suggested a bearish for Polkadot. The TD sequential indicators presented a sell signal on the 30 minutes chart and is close to doing the same on the 1 hour chart. This is really useful stuff, Lorenzo, on FX Street at 18:57 GMT. That is, of course, 6 minutes ago. Excellent. That was just wait a minute, is that right? in the last 4 hours. Yeah, well, 6 minutes ago. So like that's pretty cool. That was 6 minutes. No, no, it wasn't. It was 2 hours and 6 minutes ago. 2 hours and 6 minutes ago. Cool. Let's go to thingy and let's stick on the TD sequential. Bum 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 bum. What was he talking about? The you can see here in the 4 hour time frame immediately anyway, 1 2 3. If you use a TD sequential and you were looking at his article, you could tell immediately that he was obviously talking complete bollocks there, because on the 4 hour time frame it would have absolutely superseded what he was looking at. But let's look at it anyway. Bam 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 bam. 1857 18, so somewhere between these two here on this time frame is already old news. That's bullshit. So more bullshit from you, Lorenzo. What else do we learn from reading your article right here? Bump sell signal at 30 hours, and it's presented close to doing the same on the 1 hour chart. It has presented a sell signal on there. It had presented a sell signal on there at 5:30, an hour and a half before you published your article. What's the point in this again? Sorry, anyway. If you're going to be doing TA that you're only publishing at 1857 and it happened at 17, it happened a whole hour and a half earlier on, and you're talking about 50-minute chart, what's the point? What's the point in that website? What use is that to anybody? Anyhow, on the 1 hour time frame, let's it did it at 10 o'clock over there. Wasn't giving you anything on the TD sequential there on the 1 hour time frame, unless he's using a different TD sequential. To me, there's no numbers up here. What's that all about? What else did he say in his article? Additionally, Polkadot has experienced significant spike in social volume. I'll skip that. Nonetheless, the digital asset has defended a crucial support level on the daily chart in the form of the 26 EMA. So he uses 26. That's what this guy uses. The only resistance level left is located at 1020, which has been tested several times in the past. So he likes to use the 26 EMA. So I talk about what other people like to use. I now can change this around as I do this chat when I talk about this in the future. What I normally do is talk about myself when I use the 21 mostly. Then I talk about Peter Brandt, another really famous, experienced trader, much more experienced, much more famous, much better trader than I am, really a legend in his own right for everything else. Loads of positive stuff to say about that. Blah, blah, blah. There's your signal, by the way, I guess, with this 1 over here. You got your 1. I suppose it has happened in a sense on the 1 hour time frame here at 9 o'clock. Suppose it has. Lorenzo was talking was bullshit, but whatever. Anyway, he uses 26. So let's just see how the 26 performs. And it's radically different. Oh, that's so different. Anyway, just wanted to make this point right here that you can use whatever one that you want to use. Just don't go around writing articles like as if this is me. You know, it's found one on the what does chart take me to? I don't want to click on. That's stupid. When somebody says it's found something and it's defended a crucial support level on the daily chart in the form of the 26 EMA, this crucial support level in the 26 EMA, this is hyperbolic, you know. But whenever I talk about what EMA that you can choose to use and whatever else, that's not hyperbolics. That's just the way these things work. Anyway, we destroyed that article enough for what it was worth. I mean, just to say that it had interesting stuff in there. It wasn't completely inaccurate. My initial interpretation that it was inaccurate was flawed. It was completely redundant and not useful in the fact that it was an hour and a half obsolete by the time it got published. Nevertheless, he did his job. What else have we got in crypto news? Is anybody interested in crypto news anymore? Rocky, tried to contact you via Discord but can't get on, not sure why, bit of a nightmare. Bull BS. It'll be because I've got this alt identifier thing that's stopping people from joining who've not got like a historical profile elsewhere. It's just to cut down on the amount of bots because there were so many bots. That sucks. But tell you what, tell me you won't want to publish it. Here, just email me at this is all one word, outcrop rocky at gmail.com. And I'll get back to you. I didn't want to type that in all in one hour just in case some bot made it so, you know, extra easy to get spamming me or whatever. But totally go ahead and email me there, and I will get back to you that way. How about that? That's cool. Oh, I had something else to show people. News. I got sent this by Cody Ong. He's a guy that sends me stuff from Bybit. Now you might have seen the guy from The Walking Dead. You know, the kid that's no longer in it anymore. He stopped making Walking Dead episodes to make episodes on YouTube about technical analysis and pricing and news and stuff like that. So you might have heard of him. Anyway, he often really pushes these things. You might want to know about it. If you want to know about it, then you can get these rewards, right? Here's the link. I'll just stick this in the chat as well. If you want to get them, then there you go. It doesn't hurt me if you do it. You can see all the details here. This is the sort of crap that Cody wants me to try and push onto you guys. I'm not going to tell you that you can get up to all of that because because whatever, you may or you may not, whatever. I will say that there are that there's reasons if you want to take advantage of this. Look, deposit any amount less than 0.01 Bitcoin, you get $20. What does it come in the form of though? Does it tell me what it comes in? The code, you have to use the code jackpot in the rewards hub. Sign up now and put voucher code here. So you would click on that stupid link, and then you would input voucher code, right? This is like this, I guess, jackpot, right? You do this. This is what it's telling me to sell to people to do in the email. And then you need to log in. No, sign up or something. And then you sign up. I'm not going to do this live on screen or whatever. And then you get a bonus. So there you go. So that's what you get for 10 milli bitcoins, as I call it, or for 0.01 bitcoins, you get $35. For anything less than that, you get $20. And if you put in 1.5 bitcoins, you get $520. I'm not going to recommend anybody does that. Don't be stupid. You know, sorry, sorry, but don't, unless you're highly experienced and actually want to do that, then cool. But $520 is not enough of a reward for transferring over $50,000 into a leveraged trading account somewhere else. You know, it's not really. Come on, Bybit, do a bit better than that. Presumably you also get some other bullshit reward, because, you know, it says 620 here and it's 520 there, so there's presumably $100 of stuff lying around on their page for you to pick up. So you'll get this one, I guess, whenever you put a deposit in. So you'd have to deposit more than 0.2 to get that $50. You can get $5. So if you know, so there you go. There's a coupon, $10 coupons. So what do you get though? Do you get coupons, or is it actual money that you can trade with? It might just be money. I don't know what it is. But anyway, there you go. That's that bit of news. Where is it? Yeah. He did. He dropped out of The Walking Dead to do the moon channel. That's right. He did. Too far, too fast. You saw the whole of Carl. I missed out on DOT. I did the TA and everything to get in at 465. I didn't pull the trigger. Measure twice. Get wrecked thrice. Oh my god. Navia, have you looked at ChainX, PCX? That's cool that people are talking to each other. Hey Rocky, what are your thoughts on Kusama, the sort of test net for DOT? Look, lots more activity on there than DOT itself, because of how much looser it is, as it is a test net to build parachains on it. That's interesting. Now, from recent chat, I don't know much about anything but in the world of technical stuff. What am I saying? Technical analysis. It makes me sound I'm talking about technical analysis there. When it comes to all of the different nuances of all these different chains and what, I don't know a massive deal about it. And I know that there's these ones that can do parachains like you're saying there, and DOT's a good one. We were talking about ENQ yesterday with Tony, but there was a bit of a scandal there with the ENQ recently, where they had that same sort of a thing on the go, and there's been various ones of them, you know, that where they do this. What was the last one that did it? The big one, and the guy gave all the money back. He gave like most of the money back. After, was it Ocean? No, Ocean. Was it Ocean? No, it was the insurance one. What was the insurance one called? The insurance one. Can't remember what it's called. Maybe it was Ocean. I'm not really sure. The insurance one. We talked about it. Spidey Monkey was talking about it and stuff like that. Yeah, they did the same thing. Whereas Dot are not such amateurs as them. Now, of course, as well. Like that's the fundamentals, okay. But the technicals of it are obviously what Tony was saying at the time and potentially quite good. But I'm just talking about it from a fundamental point of view and what it is to have a chain which is like not good. Cover. It was Cover. That's right. Cheers, guys. Cover. Yeah. So same thing that happened with Cover happened with ENQ. These happen to change all the time. I highly doubt that Polkadot would be doing like that. Anyway, yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Too far. Too fast. Too something. You saw the whole of the coral. I think they recovered the funds though. Yeah, they did. It was like a white hacker, they were saying. Except, you know, I'm sure there is a degree of those funds were just resting in my account. Let me just look that up. You know, he's the white hat hacker. YouTube. He's a white hat hacker who did this type of thing. I don't know. Let's hope this is a good video. That's a 4-minute long one. Well, that's not it. David Cameron. Oh, okay, that's not it. No, that's not it. You're a racist now, Father. Yeah. Okay, so as it is these days, you just don't get the clip that you're looking for in quick enough time. But there you go. Anyhow. Oh, damn. That sell signal. Oh, damn. It's not looking that great so far for it. I mean, this is me just still continuing to take the piss. There's obviously the chance of a pullback. I mean, how many times have we gone for more than 10 candles in a row without having one? He doesn't tell you any targets for any pullback. He just says there's a risk of one in that article. The article is bullshit. Sorry, Lorenzo. Your article is bullshit. Sorry, Lorenzo. Sorry. ECB Lagarde calls for Bitcoin regulation at a global level. Of course she does. That's cool. But that's all she's really saying there. We just need it for around the world because otherwise people might leave the banking system as it is. We also need to have Bitcoin banks so that people get trapped in the banking system by people who do Bitcoin banking. It's one of the next things that's going to happen. Bitcoin comes about 36 grand. New SEC chair who actually understands Bitcoin and crypto. No, it's new SEC chair who has some. You won't understand it. FinCEN's crypto surveillance rules violates the US Constitution. Okay. Really though? Whatever. Asymmetric mechanics of Tether. Let's just see what they have to say about it. Tether is the issuer of cryptocurrencies world premier stablecoin. 100% dollar back. Tether doesn't have 100% cash dollar backing. The extent which it holds is a 1-1 peg. Shady history indeed. And then there's that. It's called inflation. Wyoming's given Kraken a banking charter, have they? Okay, what were they going to use it for though? They want to become the world's trust bridge between crypto economy, the future, and today's existing financial system, right? They want to XRP it. An SPDI bank charter permits Kraken to build this bridge in-house. With the charter in place, we can operate a fully independent bank that will reduce our reliance on third-party financial institutions. They waiver products for users. I'm not so sure about any of this. I mean, it's the best way for them to cut down on money and to make more money and everything. Our offerings will evolve over time, but we plan to provide clients with everything they expect from a seamless banking gateway between digital assets and national currencies. During its first year of operations, it gives the ability to deposit USD and custody digital assets as regular state-chartered bank. Services will be seamlessly integrated into the existing exchange service, providing clients better funding infrastructure. Better experience, providing clients better funding infrastructure. So they'll be able to lend you, you'll be able to deposit money into Kraken, and they'll be able to lend you that money that you deposited back in at a really low rate that you don't have to pay much money in. They'll be able to lend that back to you, that money that you put in. But of course, it won't really be there. It'll just be numbers on a screen that they give to you, which you then pay them for. Thanks, Kraken. That's a better experience already. Cool, I can totally see how that would be. Additionally, because of our position as a bridge crypto and traditional finance, we offer the following crypto-focused services in our first year of operations. Digital asset custody, right? Okay. So what, are they going to, maybe, you mean insurance if they lose your crypto assets? That's what custody would be. Demand deposit accounts, okay. Wire transfer and funding services. Oh, right, cool. So you'll be able to use them, Kraken, to transfer from Kraken to other places to move your money around, to do wire transfers from Kraken to other banking people in the banking system. Is that what they're saying? I wonder. And funding services is super curious, that one. We anticipate the support of additional services over the next few years, including enhanced digital and they're going to enhance their custody offerings. Cool. They're going to offer staking over the next few years because of this banking thing. Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. No, it doesn't. Trust account and administration. Oh, you're going to do a trust account and they're going to administer it. That's totally massively different to a custody account. Other services for individual accounts are going to be, because it's trust as in like fund and all the rest of it. A complete online and mobile banking suite of products. Wow. A debit card that clients can use to spend their crypto funds. There we go. There we have it. There's something that they can do. That's great. Other services for corporate clients: account management services, bank comfort letters, deposit verifications, proof of fund attestations, proof that we can prove that we have 1/4 of the funds that we've lent out to people. Maximum, probably more like 10% of the funds we've lent out to people. That'd be cool that you'll be able to prove that, Kraken, to a third party. That'd be nice that you'll be able to do that. Hopefully, of course, I'm completely talking in ironically. I'm not serious what I'm saying here. It's good news and it's good thing. It's a good thing. Lots of good things in here. It's just that you need to be aware of the fact that it's mostly good for Kraken. Will you be offered, what does this mean for Kraken Exchange clients? New and existing clients will have the opportunity to apply for traditional financial accounts. Upon completing the onboarding procedures, they'll be able to quickly and seamlessly fund their accounts on the exchange. More so, you gotta love that word. More so. Though the phrase more so is conventionally spelled as two words, the one word more so gained ground in the late 20th century and continues to appear despite the disapproval of usage authorities and of spell check. Among major dictionaries, only the Oxford English Dictionary lists the one word form, and even the OED calls it chiefly US variant of the two word form. More so strictly means that to a greater degree. We don't need to read about it anyway. We know it's a funny word. More so, for the first time, they will be able to take advantage of the seamlessness. There's another great word. I love this. Seamlessness. It has no seams. It's seamlessness. So more so, for the first time, more so, comma, for the first time, comma, they will be able to take advantage of the seamlessness and ease of use that comes from the first all-in-one service provider that can offer and expertly manage sophisticated crypto products. There we go. I recommend they go back to the drawing board with that final paragraph. But anyway, that's that piece of news. Why am I still here? Digital currency custody is already offered by the big boy. Yeah, of course it is. So stupid. Tether Connect. Wassa. Tether CIA. ... Absolutely. ... BTC at resistance. Oh, we go check out BTC, shall we? I should probably put that chart back up there. Trace one, when's your video going to be ready? Dum 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 dum. Oh, cool. So it's slightly. Oh no, it's not. Sorry. It's not still not managed to close above this price yet, but it's so close, and we're on a 7. TD sequential would mean that we're going up towards the 8. So for instance, if Tony Vase was talking right now, he'd be like, I would like to see that at an 8, or something like that. I don't know. I love Tony Vase. I do find it hard to understand his Bolivian accent from time to time, but I think he's a great guy. Shares in aluminium miners going up. Aluminium miners, by the way, Michael John Scott, 10 points there. 10 points there. Going up must be my new range of tinfoil headwear. Boom. Must be that new range of it. It is exciting stuff whenever a new range of tinfoil headwear gets put out onto the market. I like to get in there at the bottom floor and get me in amongst some of that. I would like to see this as being a 9 before it turns around, but it's a 7. That's Tony Vase's way of saying there's a good chance we could go up here and push on beyond it, but you know, of course, we're at resistance right now and it could turn around. So if you hear him saying I would like to see this be a 9, it means it's like it could turn around, so then you have to look to the left and find support and resistance points. It's like, well, we could be turning around from that point, and that's a translation of what he means when he says that. Too many people take the piss out of everybody else in the crypto market that does TA. I don't think it's necessarily fair for people to go around taking the piss out of people, you know. As I mean, it is understandable that people find it hard to understand Tony Vase's Bolivian accent. There is that part, but I think that he's actually a nice guy. He's a nice guy. This is what Tony Vase's chart would kind of possibly look like right now. In fact, he wouldn't draw it like that. He wouldn't have a Fibonacci on there. Let's just get rid of the Fibonacci for now. I'll hide it. I'll hide this one as well. What would Tony Vase's chart look like right now if he was doing it? It would obviously be white, very in your face. He would actually probably use the triangle tool if he was drawing on there. He would do this instead. He'd be like, so right here, guys, what this looks like is that we have a triangle here. So I'll just remove my idiotic amateur ones and leave this one on here instead. And this could be what we're looking at, and this is an ascending triangle then as well. If we turned around here, then cool. If we push beyond it, I'd look out for, you know, just a sort of fake out from this triangle with the potential to turn around. We're not seeing volume coming in here. If we do get some volume coming in on a high number, then maybe we do turn around as well. We never got a 13 in terms of the downward trend. That's something that if you want to be doing TD sequential stuff as well, you might want to look out for, by the way. But anyway, here up towards the top end, that takes us up past our previous highs. Lovely jubbly. Could this be what we're looking at? Sure, it could be. That would mean that a decent rebuy for you, if you wanted to get one at the minute, would be 33,590. That's of course nearly $3,000 towards the downside, $2,800 towards the downside. So there you go. You could look at that if you'd wanted to. He'd have a 9-period SMA on there. Okay, cool. Let me just see. It says 57 minutes has stabilized, so expect it to be up at 22.22 UST. UST? What? Cool. It's taken too long. Well, you're watching my stream right now as well. I mean, your bandwidth is probably being crippled by that as well. That's cool. Like, there's only 7 of us here, man, and so there's like, you know, 6 people other than yourself. It's not going to be the massive boon to starting that, to, you know, to the publication. If it had been ready, then you might have got 10 viewers. I mean, the maximum viewers in this show so far today has been something like 12. It's been a low one. People aren't interested in vegan cheese, it turns out. There's going to be more of that coming in the future though, so everybody should be prepared. Yeah, the 9-period SMA. Let's get the 9-period SMA on there. Okay, let's do it. Let's stick this back to 8 for later for my own usage, and I'll stick on as this white dotted line, and I'll change it from 200 to 9. Okay, cool, nice. You can see this is almost completely useless as SMA and for the grand scheme of things, but down here it was good. I mean, it's useful in a rapidly moving market in terms of when's it going to stop moving rapidly. Like, we're seeing rapidly moving markets, you know. So, and that's maybe what you want to look to as well if you're going to be looking beyond breakouts and whatever, those sorts of ideas. Yeah, I mean, if you combine it with this type of idea, you know, as you're moving up the way, as you're moving up the weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're above it. That's good. Okay, breathe in space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're above it. Cool. That's good. Breathe in space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoa, we just remained above it. Good. Breathe in space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blah 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 blah. 9. Breathe in space. Of course, you're almost always going to be above it because of the sort of sheer virtue of the way that both of these things work together. The TD sequential obviously only counting things whenever they're because of the candles in relation to the previous candles. Anyway, yeah, you were right, Zoner. We're at the thingy. That's cool that you put in that thing there. That's funny. That spinning loading thing. Right, cool. So basically, let me say it then. We're coming to the end of the stream. It's 9:29 and I'm going to tune out here actually then soon before the video goes live, because I'm not going to stay on live for the next hour. Anyway, so that's probably all good for the best. What I would say to people to do is to go on over to TradeSpotting's channel and do cancel and do what I'm about to do just now. If you want to see, Jimmy doesn't put out videos every day of the week, you know, so you're not suffering at all by hitting that button. If you just search as well, you can see it's just here, it's the bell icon, and go all, there you go. You can do that and then you'll get a notification later on when he puts his video out, and it would be helpful to an outcroptician if you just give it a watch, you know, let it play, and give it a wee like. That would be cool. I mean, he'd appreciate it, I'd appreciate it, it'd all be good. I mean, there only are however many people here, so they can do that, and I'm not like, you know, busting the rules. Thanks for the TA, guys. Zoner, you're more than welcome. I mean, by the way, I didn't get any feedback on my angry Ethereum TA. What did anybody think about the angry stuff? Was it more or less helpful? Oh, the good, the bad, and the fugly for an alt show. John, yeah, cool. I'll probably, yeah, I'll do something like that. Enjoyed it, everyone. I've got to run, said Artie Pyle earlier on. Well, look, obviously this didn't have the massive draw of attention to it that I wanted it to have. This has been officially my least ever, that's right, including the very first one that I ever did, my least watched live stream ever. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So the stats say what the stats say. I wonder how this video will perform over time. I thought it was a diversionary to do something a little bit different than just talk about the charts, and it was as well a celebration of the fact that you are all very good at doing the charts now too. So we will come back and we'll keep doing this sort of thing. I will persist with it. Obviously it was a bit of a laugh and all that. I can cut bits out of this video as well if I want to, such as angry Ethereum technical analysis, just so that people can get a sort of slightly different take. It's obviously all the same stuff as what I would normally say, except I did it in a way that was like given off to Ethereum. So yeah, let's pump the video. Exactly, Zoner, let's pump the video up. So yeah, okay, cool. That's more or less it for me. Do you want to have a summary right now? The easiest summary to give is that on these low term time frames, if Bitcoin doesn't manage to get above here, above the sort of 36, if it can't, Bitcoin's looking at 37,500 currently, and it wants to get up towards those areas, but will it be able to do so without another pullback, possibly down towards the 33,500 area in this ascending triangle that we're in currently? If we see some volume coming in right now and push up towards 37,500, we could move on beyond the zone of this where we are, and that might actually even move us up towards even bigger and better things. In fact, the measured move off of this ascending triangle would take us up towards 42,000, 43,000. In terms of just this pattern alone, I would prefer to see it probably go down towards the lower end and then try towards the top side, so that we don't front run it, because when you front run a pattern, often you get a dissatisfying performance from it, which would of course take you in for that textbook 60% movement up there and not quite achieve the highs. Okay, so that's the current summary. If we're able to do so, things look decent in terms of over here in the 24-hour time frame, having not taken out our previous lows. We're above the 236, you know, and that's great. Staying above 33,000 is important. In terms of the broad term perspective, we have a target in mind, and that is of course on the 27th of January 2021 at 16:53 and 17 seconds. What time zone was this in, Zoner, by the way? Wasn't quite sure. Wasn't quite sure what time zone this was that you were referring to earlier on in the world. Was it UT? Did you say it was universal time? Anyway, we're going to have to look out for that. I did it on the charts, so I'm going to assume that it was universal time. So no matter where you are in the world, now you know. And that's, of course, send all of your letters of complaint to Zoner, because I just copied that out of the chat. Jacob Dement says BTC taking off. Must have heard Rocky is back. They must have heard it. Let's go down to the 3-minute time frame and see what this launch pad looks like currently. Well, we're still within these zones. We are looking for movements towards the top side. Shall I do the TD sequential as my entire episode basis next time? I wonder if I should maybe just do that for a laugh as well, because whatever. Little things to say then, just as we're tuning out, like I've already said, trade spotting, you know, great guy, got a video coming out later on. That's what you should do. Hit that bell so you see when the notification comes through, and do the man a favor and watch his videos so that it gets a little bit of traction on the old YouTube and helps people find his channel, which is of course really full of really educational information. It's really interesting. It's good channel. I think it's good anyway. Then as well, I want to give another shout out here at the end of the show to that martini guy, who is a very nice guy. He also likes a martini. And in his video yesterday at 15 minutes and 20 seconds in, he gave me a shout out. That's the wrong video. I'm just going to play it yet again because it made me smile, so why not? That was streamed 2 hours ago. That's the wrong video. Let me see. This was 1 day ago. Is this the right video? This is the right video. And go back and just let this play out again from 15 minutes in.
Line on the MACD, and then had a bounce back to the upside. But overall, I don't think the Bitcoin is bearish at all. Bitcoin
coming up now,
very bullish at the moment. Yeah, Rocky Outcrop, he is quite good. I like Rocky. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, Rocky Outcrop, he's quite good. I like Rocky, very nice guy. I should copy that and put that as my video advert for my video on my channel. And that, I like him. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. By the way, as well, he's one of these people that that decided, you know, that he would learn to take his future into his own hands. Kim.com never got back to me. Damn you, Tim.com. I trusted you. I trusted you. I told everybody you were really trustworthy, and I trusted you. Damn it, Kim. Anyway, yeah, I like that martini guy, because one of the main reasons I like him is because he was helpful to me when I reached out to him for help when I started my YouTube channel, to give me some tips, and I think that that's important. We've got this thing here on the go if you want to do it. There's a link here for anybody who wants free $20. I don't know exactly, you know, whatever. Put that in there. Paste as plain text. There's a link for everybody if you want some free money from Bybit or whatever. I'm not going to push that on anybody. There's the offer. You can read it at your own leisure. That's that. They sent it to me. There you go. The moon will be pushing that heavy on people right now. We tasted this cheese. It was satisfactory, in my opinion. We're not broken out of this level quite yet. Looking forward to seeing if we do so and if we follow along those lines. We did the TA for everything earlier on. Is there anything else? There's just to catch up with the chat, and I'll do a reverse roll call. If I've missed anything out here at all, then let me know, and I'll kind of just wrap up on that before tuning out. But I'm going to do the reverse roll call, and today it's an easy one because this has of course been the least popular stream I have ever done on YouTube. Who'd have thunk it, eh? Who'd have thunk that this would of course result in unboxing vegan cheese would be such a badly performing video. You can see all the information's there. You know, we're unboxing vegan cheese, but nobody wants to watch it. Rude drawings on his chart there, by the way. Anybody, don't do these sorts of drawings at home. That's very rude drawings that he's put on his chart there. You shouldn't be doing that sort of thing. And yeah, that's cool. So yeah, like I say, everybody check out TradeSpotting's video, watch it whenever it comes out, and that's that. I'll be pushing that one again when I come back. And yeah, so if I've missed anything, let me know in the chat, and I'm going to do the reverse roll call now. Navanethan Sivat, I'm going to give it a shot, right? I'm going to give it a shot. Navanethan, that's the easy part, and that's cool. I like that name a load. This part is the hard part. Sivabala, no. Sivabal av ik naraja. Sivabal avik naraja. Navanithan Sivbalavik naraja. Yes! Boom! Yes! Right. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to have to work on it a bit, but I made it through to the end. Cheers for tuning in. I really do appreciate it every time. John says Castle Bound. When I read that, actually, at first I thought you were going off to White Castle and a hunt for White Castle. If you do try and make your way to White Castle, I hope you actually do make it there without any difficulties along the way. Of course, we also had Zoner, who, as ever, in his inimitable style, presented an exact price target for us all at exact time. And let's face it, I think every single last one of us really wants it to come true. You know, I would love it to be true. Of course, is every effort that we've done so far with his price targets of not being accurate. That's cool because we're getting closer every time, right? And besides, you have made it there in the end anyway. You made it. We got there in the end. We were close enough, right? We're close enough, Zoner, right? We also had Michael John Scott, known as John to his friends, of which we are. So thank you so much, John, for tuning in. All good thumbs up for me. Thanks, Rocky and Spanner Posse. Yay! Nice one. Cheers, by the way. Thanks so much. By the way, Michael John Scott, I sent you my email earlier on. You can email me. I'll not actually go through to my inbox here and see if you've emailed me yet, because you know, revealing too much of my personal details. You'd see all of the orders that I've made on, you know, when on my, you'd see all of the emails that all the nefarious websites send me, you know, all those things. I can't think of any at the top of my head right now, but anyway, you looking forward to the video, Traceone. Thank you, Zoner, for saying that sort of stuff. And we had Traceone here himself as well, keeping everybody flowing along nicely, keeping the conversation going smoothly in the box. Thank you so much for all of that good work. And, you know, remarkably, that's us actually halfway through the entire list of people who've actually joined in on today's show, right? Crazy, yes, but there we have it. We also had AF Karimi. Thank you for tuning in. We also had RT Pyle, and again, thank you for tuning in as well. We had KDoc and maybe even the wonderful Maria. You've got to see her in the background for today's video as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, KDoc. I always appreciate it, as ever. Scrolling on up the way, then I think that actually might be everybody who said anything in the chat box today. No, we didn't. Marsan. Oh, actually, whoa, almost overlooked Marsan, who actually did a donation to the channel earlier on. Polish, living in the US. Oh, you're Polish. Oh, so I didn't have it. So it's not Marsan. It's like, I don't know. It's Marsan. Polish name. I'm not very good at the old Polish accents, but thank you so much. I actually know some Polish people, really big fans of them. My friend Scott, who was here actually earlier on, by the way, is married to a Pole, a Polish lady, not a flagpole. Zonar, good call on BDC 1 hour 200 SMA last stream at TradeSpawn. There you go, nice one. Getting some feedback on the chit chat in the group. Looking on up the way, there's a couple of people I've missed. I mean, because I know Scott was one of them. He wouldn't have tuned in for the whole video, but it was nice that we all gave him a welcome. Who let the bulls out? Yes. Who let the bulls out? Good to have had you here as well. Good one, excellent, nice one. So I'm getting everybody. Yeah, and that's everybody. That is everybody that was here, right? That's the whole gosh darn list. Every single last one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's cool. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time. I'll maybe make clips out of this video. Leave me your feedback on any of them if I do publish the clips. It could be a good laugh. No, it could be a good laugh. That's what I meant. Like the Ethereum video, if I publish that separately, it could be a good laugh. Not so sure any of the other ones are necessarily a good laugh, but yeah, great. It's been fun. I'm away off to make a chicken and cheese sandwich.